Twinkle, twinkle, little star in the firmament. Where you at? The boom. I don't know what was that. The boom is about to begin. Let's do it.
Our number one troll, guys. Jose is in the house. Everyone, welcome Jose, our number one troll. Troll responsibly. You know it, man. Only Jose does it well.
I'm still stuck on that thing about Jose JG Gonzalez being a wanker.
Now that's not trolling, Jose.
But Jose, you seem to be talking through me a lot.
So this is about the character, Jose. This is not about the argument.
That's my problem with Jose, is that he's saying just straight up BS. He's just trolling.
Yeah, he does seem to be trolling, I agree.
It's crazy. It's crazy trolling.
He's not playing the neutral place. I mean, I'm more neutral than Jose's, put it that way.
Jose, you in a mood today, bro?
You know what, Jose? I totally agree with you.
Yeah, I don't know about Jose.
I've got to be honest, Jose. Of the two resident globe heads, you are my favourite.
Jose, is responsible trolling okay? I don't know what you mean by is responsible trolling. Oh,
no one's got time for that. So, responsible trolling is okay. All right. Bro.
I kissed a guy.
Nautical miles are and nautical miles, okay?
You notice this angle now gets wider. It's much wider. Wider here.
But look what happened here. Frame.
A sextant and a map. And you want to take this one off first. Make sure that valve is good and tight. So you could get a little bit of spitfire. Terrestrial refraction. But that's about it.
Here on the
Daily Boom,
in a metal retardation center costing
PayPal and Super Chat
will be built is to identify all of the causes of mental retardation and to develop more effective techniques of treatment and rehabilitation. The ability to prevent mental retardation is our ultimate goal. To reach this point,
YouTube, Discord, participants,
and the federal government have all come a long, long way.
Now, many of these
flat earthers
so severely retarded that it would be difficult, if not impossible, to take care of them at home. So all we can offer them is good care and sympathetic understanding. But there are other
flat earther
in these institutions who really need not be there. Those are the ones that are classed as trainable or educable, and you'll hear more about them later.
Are we resorting to comedy hour now? Obviously, Gravity, La La Land is reserved for special people that double speak, that say open is closed, closed is open. La La Land, we are in La La Land. Gravity, obviously. La La Land, La La Land, La La Land, we are in La La Land. Gravity, obviously.
Are you ready? Call your mama, call your papa, call your friends. The festivities are about to begin. Boom.
Hello, folks. This is Barack Obama. You are watching The Daily Boom with my man, Jose JG. Boom.
Call your mama, call your papa, call your friends. The festivities have just begun. Boom! A squeaky earth. Very nice. Very nice. I haven't seen my friend the lizard. He got hurt. I think he got hurt as the earth turned a few days ago. His jaw was dislocated. He was in pain. I saw him there. But I haven't seen him a few days since. He may be rotten. Might be rotting in a corner. That's rough, but it's true. It's what happened with lizards when there's so many in Florida. USA. I got the Spider-Man today. Boom in red. I just wanted to be like combined with the flag. Shout out to the flag. Shout out to everybody. Citizen 9. Barack Obama is new too. Yeah, thank you, Barack. Citizen 9 is here. What's up? Do you know much? I know things. I know many things. Patio furniture. Gary, do you like milking the bulls? Patio things that. Gary is here. Good Fat Earth Day, everyone. Shout out to Gary. And RT96, you know what, Brian, we seen Brian Leake in the intro. Brian Leake, I bet he had some Googles and welds in that outfit. The bear skin outfit. But you didn't see any hairy chest, right? That's just a thick skin layer, like a 2 inches thick layer of like leather is what covers his body naturally. Shout out to RT. Your Pick 7 organizer is first. He's been here first. Gary knows everything. The bovine told him so. Hey, thank you for coming, guys. Hit the like button and join us on Discord. Steve Rorino is over here in standby. Let's open the Discord server. Yeah, you're good, Steve Rorino. Gonna on-private the room now. I just leave it in private, so I'm the only one ranting on my intro. But you are on. There you go. I just dragged you over here. I grabbed Steve Rorino from the padded room, and I brought him over here. He was just in the padded room, banging against the walls. What are you doing down there, Steve? What the hell?
There I am. I was just making sure I was in the right room.
No, you were in the padded room. You chose to go there.
I was banging around all the rooms.
I know. I saw in the padded room is just room for one person.
That works for me.
Yeah. You're just hanging in there. All right, so everybody hit the like, join us on Discord, and I don't know, let's talk about stuff. I got a few videos to share if there's not much conversation going. I need your help, man. I've been working. I started a new job last week. A few days, only a few hours, but it's super early in the morning. 6 in the morning, super early for me. I'm not used to waking up early in the morning, so it's been rough. I worked earlier today for a few hours. I don't get paid till Friday. But my electricity probably is going to be disconnected before. It's really hot in Florida. It's 90 degrees, almost 90 degrees Fahrenheit. I mean, it's 89, yeah. It's really hot. If they disconnect my electricity, I'm fucked. I got $120 and it's $198. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it today with you guys' help. Maybe tomorrow. I'm gonna do a show tomorrow, and the day after I'm gonna be in the next few days until I'm able to pay that, and then after that I'll be able to cover that up with my part-time job. But so for right now, I'm screwed. So if anybody got anything to support, hook me up, man. I'm like $80 short. It's rough. I got my sister. My sister went to Puerto Rico today to hang out with my mom for a few days, and she took my niece and my baby niece, and she gave me like $4. I bought me 2 packs of cigars because I didn't even have that. And then I got my container, which is usually full of energy drink. I can't afford that. I got water with ice, but it's very refreshing in a hot day like today. Well, it's good. I like the job. Part-time job. Big Lots. I don't know if you're familiar with Big Lots. Did a little bit of cashier training. Super easy. And stocking shelves on the floor. It's a little bit of everything there. It's like a mini Walmart. There's actually there's more because there's dining room sets. There's living room sets like sofas. There's patio furniture. And there's all kinds of aisles from electronics to kitchenwares and stuff for the rooms and all kinds of shit in there. And then the one side is grocery, all kinds of little grocery stuff. Yeah, it's been entertaining and took a bit, man, my body, because I'm used to it. This is the type of job I did for many years, but dude, it beat me up, man. Unloading the truck with fucking sofas and patio furniture is awkward to unload all that shit and grabbing it. Me and another older dude just unloading that shit. Me throwing all the weight on my shoulders. It's been good, man. Just used to it. Just getting used to it. All right. Anybody that want to join? Do you know Mosh says Witsit and Flatsoy were beating each other up the other night? What? It was an electrostatic gravity versus RDD gravity, Flurvdon Derp Fest. RDD, relative density disequilibrium gravity. That's the. Yeah, that sounds like a bunch of derpity festivities over there. Now, Gary says that the stars always rise and set on the same degree on the horizons every single day, which proves the Earth isn't orbiting the sun while simultaneously chasing the sun through space. That's a bunch of bullshit, Gary. Pronon 1990. Shout out to you, man, for being a responsible troll on the channel. Shout out to Pronon. Appreciate that, man. Good looking out. I didn't hear that horn. Do you hear it? I don't hear it. That's weird. One more time. I don't hear it. But I know it sounds because I see the notification there. Okay. RT96 spent most of his time trying to decide who was trying to hide God more, Wizard or Flatsoid. Ooh. Let that sink in, ladies and gentlemen. Let that sink in. Is Wizard hiding God more than Flatsoid? Why are Wizard and Flatsoid trying to hide God? That is the question. I think Flatsoy will be excommunicated from True Earth, says Bigus Dogus. And Peter G is in the house. Peter G is asking Gary Webenga, do stars rise on the same minute and second every night too? Or is it only the degree that is the same? Something interesting gonna happen in this stream. I am gonna leave the stream for like, I say 20 minutes to half an hour. And that's gonna happen soon. I think within half an hour, I'm gonna leave the stream for half an hour and I'm gonna come back. And I'm not gonna be here. But, and the stream will be live. I'm gonna leave the stream running live. I'm gonna leave it like this. And the stream will be running. So in about half an hour, I will be leaving for half an hour. And he who is in the Daily Boom, in the YouTube Live, will be able to speak. If there's one person in here that want to speak and send a message to the audience, they got their solid half an hour to do so. I will not be here. I will attempt to listen on my phone, but a nice little old lady called me and asked a favor from me. She's got a big mattress to unload from a truck. So she contacted another little old lady. That little old lady went to pick up a mattress. Two big dudes uploaded the mattress in her truck, and now she's gonna pick me up to bring it to take me to her house so I can unload the mattress in her house. She got no family close. She got nobody else. She said, Jose, can you help me? I go, fuck. Yes. She said, "Hey, party mouth. I didn't know you swear." I said, "No, it's not that, but I'm just got a little show. It's going to be a kick off in a minute, but I'm going to leave the computers aside. So I'm going to have my partner in crime. She will be monitoring the computers that nobody walk by and steal them. Because if I want to put that was the issue. My two laptops that are streaming and this one will be outside in the porch, and it's open. It got no screen, and it's open to the street. So somebody that walk by the street, approach, reach their hands up and grab the laptop, can take it and can steal it. And this Florida, man, a lot of crazies. There's a fucking like crack house that ended a bunch of crack horse and shit walk up and down the street, and they all know me like, "Hey, how you doing?" And they see me here. But yeah, I'm gonna have her monitoring the equipment so nobody steal it, and you guys gonna have the floor. That being said, shout out to everybody watching. Oh shit, he came in hot. What the hell? What did you do, Steve Rodino?
Oh, sorry, I had to bolt. I came back.
Okay, Ben, but when you came in, you brought like some ravens and. I don't know if anybody heard that, but I did. Maybe it was lagging because I pressed. There you go. It works now. Yeah, I pressed it. I didn't hear it. Now I heard it. All right. Thank you for coming back. Gary, you're here. What's up, man? You want to say hi to the peeps listening? Boom, Turing test. To see you, man. Charlie Welsh is here. Charlie Welsh is Arwin's best friend. I think Charlie Welsh and Arwin are planning to move on together. I don't know if Charlie's moving to Arwin's or Arwin is moving to Charlie, but they're gonna be sharing a bed. It's no gay. They're just gonna be sharing a bed. Gary, what's up, man? See you.
I think Arwen already is moved in on Charlie's mind.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
He can't stop thinking about him. He's obsessed.
Of the Charlie come in with Arwen is the first word he typed. Damn.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
we
see
should
him in
look.
other chats all the time talking about R1. It's like 24 hours a day. Charlie's in a chat somewhere talking about R1.
Yeah. So when it's raining where Turing test is, that means that the heavens are leaking. Shout out to Turing. Arwin took a job as a garden gnome. All right, I think this is the call I'm waiting for. Well, hello.
I'm on my way, Jose.
All right, you'll be here, what, 15, 20 minutes?
No, I mean, coming from Beach Street Ministry, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes?
All right, I'm ready. I'm just going to bring my flip-flops and my hat, and I'm ready to go.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll see you in a bit.
All right, okay, goodbye.
Bye. All right. Yeah, in about 10 minutes, I'm going to leave you guys. You guys are going to have the floor. Just hang out, talk, and chat, and, you know, make it fun for everybody listening. Now, before I leave, for those listening, please, if anybody can help with anything, I'm like $80 short for the electric bill. The due date was the 2nd, and they already sent me the notice. I'm late. They might be disconnected anytime, so please help me out. I haven't get paid from my new job. I'm working now. We're gonna be all right for the next month, but for this one, I'm tied up in a dark corner. Reishi5, oh, shout out to you. She likes being in the chat. All right, guys, what you got? I'm not gonna share any screen or nothing because it's gonna be cut short. So I'll let you know when I get out of here. Take the floor. I'll listen for a bit. Daddy, what do you mean when you say stars and horizons? You mention horizons as for a plural. All right, let me read this comment for you. You say horizon. Oh, no, wait. Fuck. You say stars always rise and set on the same degree on the horizons every single day, which proves the Earth isn't orbiting the sun while simultaneously chasing the sun through space.
Yeah, meant exactly what I said.
Yeah, I don't understand that is...
The stars, okay, they're on sidereal time, right? 23 hours, 56 minutes, 4.1 seconds, right? So the time they rise and set changes by about 4 minutes every day, right? So today, if I look at the stars at 9 o'clock and I come out tomorrow night at 9 o'clock, the stars will be slightly further west of where they were the previous night at that same time. But where they rise and set never changes. You can go to the U.S. Naval Observatory website, and it'll give you the degree they rise and set at, and where they reach their high point in the sky, whether it's north or south of you. Always is the same. So that's why I've been saying for quite a few years in your comment section that the stars never change. They always cross the same path across the sky in the same amount of time, and that's not possible if the Earth is orbiting the sun and chasing the sun through space, which is what your guys' model says it does. Did I lose everybody? I don't hear anything.
That's because nobody's talking.
Sorry, I left for a second. Gary left? Quick.
I guess so.
You didn't have a friend.
What's up, farmers?
Hello, mate. How's the new job?
It's good. I like it. Physical.
Good. Oh, keep you fit then.
Yeah, man. My pants are already getting loose a little bit. Just in the belly.
What are you doing? Lifting, walking, or a combination of both?
Of both, yeah. Unloading
Yeah.
trucks and stocking shelves, helping customers around. But it's heavy. It's a mini supermarket. It's a mini like Walmart supercenter.
Yeah.
Furniture and all kinds of shit. Patio furniture, sofas, dining tables and shit.
Oh, you'll be knackered then. You'll be tired out. Bless you.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we got two trucks, one truck with furniture. Dude, the back room is gigantic, fucking packed with furniture. And then we gotta switch in. Sometimes we got one guy assembling all day, assembling bullshit, tables and shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, that I did cashier and register. I remember when I did it. It's just a different look, the system. And yeah, whatever, the customers, the little rewards card, special card for the store. They got a discount. I gotta explain it to them. If they don't got it, I gotta set it up. But it's cool, man. I like it. I like it a lot.
Good.
Very hands-on. I'm very face-to-face with the customers,
Yeah, but yeah, you're good at that sort of thing, aren't you?
Oh, I'm great at that shit. Yeah. Believe me, I'm the same way I'm here. I'm with them. I mean, I'm like always try to find a little jokey joke in between and be like hype everybody up or whatever, get them going. But of course, no swearing and not being disrespectful or nothing. But I can. That's a quick adjustment for me. It's
No, well, I mean, you're used to that. You've done that sort of thing before, haven't you? So.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Good.
They were happy. Yeah. This one.
Good to hear it.
Yeah. There was. I heard already rumors even before I started. Like, oh, there's this guy, kind of a manager. What you've been doing, he's been your direct manager. He's an asshole, and he's like all over the place. Oh, bro, I can't deal with him. And in these days that I have worked with him, nobody can stand him. But he's cool with me. I'm cool with him. He's all hyped up and all over the place, and do this and do it like that. I said, all right, yeah, got you, man. And dude, and if, like they can't believe it. They say, how can you work? How can you do it? I said, I'm the new guy. I just learning to deal with every individual specifically the way they are. I don't care. I mean, as long as I do my job and he doesn't disrespect me, I don't have to disrespect him. He's telling me to do a job, to do something. I'll do it. That's it. This is my job.
Exactly. I mean, 6 months' time, you might be of the same opinion as everybody else, but at the moment, yeah. No, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Cool.
I like it a lot. Yeah.
Good.
All right. Let me before lady show up. Oh, dude, I did it, bro. That it fills my heart, man. Hold on, Turing test, dude. Thank you. He just gave me exact amount, and I'm gonna run right now to the app to pay my electric bill, bro. I did it.
Oh, good man.
Thank you,
good
brother.
Man.
You're awesome. Yeah, I was my partner. She was like, holy shit. I mean, if they disconnect the electric alarm, we're fucked. Like we're.
Oh yeah. You can live without a telephone and stuff like that, but if you haven't got any power, then.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. I thank you guys. Yes, and that wouldn't happen either with the help of Mr. Victory. He gave me a few days ago. He gave me a little something like decent amount, and that helped me complete this. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just waiting. That little old lady. If you could hear, and the accent, she's a black lady. I think you can hear it by the accent or not. Oh, you didn't. Yeah,
I didn't hear that, but
yeah,
you can usually tell, can't you?
Yeah, she's great. I like her a lot. All right, transfer the money from PayPal to the bank. Boom, and I click in here, pay now. They already got me. They're already charging me for the next month, so it's double the amount. It's overwhelming to see that amount in there. But once I pay this late one, I think I'll be all right.
Yeah, tell me about it. All of our gas and electric bills went up last year. Mine tripled.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I've been on a particular tariff, and that came to an end. I don't know, May or June last year, just when all the gas prices went up, and I went from paying £110 a month for gas and electricity to £332, and it was just 1 month to the next. It's like fuck.
Yeah.
Because they're busy ripping us off over here.
amount I'm gonna pay is not the full amount. It is. Okay. So yeah, she's gonna pick me up, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be gone. I say max half an hour. So if you guys want to talk about yourself, it's gonna be open. It's gonna be live streaming. I think that's. It's gonna be live streaming. It's gonna be open. You guys can have the floor. Enjoy. Have fun. Hopefully we don't get raided by a bunch of weirdos yelling the N-word or some shit like that. That would be the only thing that.
No, but that's okay because I can kick them.
Oh, you're here. Yeah, you're here. You're my mod.
Yeah.
Here, man.
Yeah. So if anybody does try to come along and cause trouble, you can just kick the silly buggers.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, man.
No worries.
All right. It's a success.
So you're not going to get cut off then?
No, I don't think. I hope I don't because it's already the next month. It's early. All right. My ride is here. I'll be back soon.
Okay. Well, there you go then.
Quick, let's move his furniture around.
Yeah, he's gone half an hour. He can completely rearrange everything. I've just been having a little argument with a certain nutter called Taboo Conspiracy. I'm sure you heard of him.
Oh, fuck what?
He put out a very short video a little while ago. He's found out this company called ZFX, and they make sort of harnesses and wires and things for people in the film industry, I guess. And he's looked on a website and found that one of their corporate clients is NASA. Therefore, this is clear proof, according to him, that when you see astronauts in zero G and all the rest of it, it's all harnesses and wire work. So I did a little bit of Google searching and found that one of the subsidiary companies of this mob is something called Easy Hoist. And they make, as the name would suggest, hoists. And they made a hoist that could take 3,000 pounds in weight for JPL, the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, which is the place where they tend to assemble satellites and probes and things like that. So they'd be the likely customer to want an advanced, accurately controlled hoist for lifting stuff. And he's like, no. Easy Hoist make harnesses and wires and things. I said, yes, and they make industrial grade hoists for lifting heavy plant and kit. No, that obviously completely goes against Taboo Conspiracy's narrative. And I noticed that Level Earth Observer has already mirrored this video, basically saying, "Oh, look, NASA are using a company that puts actors in harnesses and on wires." It's just
Yeah, because there couldn't possibly be another use for the harnesses or the hoists.
But I thought, because he keeps pulling up quotes from their website about flying effects, scenic automation, blah, blah, blah. Well, I found one of their pages, Easy Hoist Products. Easy Hoist provides world-class machines such as a deck winch, hoist, and turntable drive to do the heavy lifting throughout your production. They make, industrial-grade hoists, and JPL, given that they're putting these big bits of kit together in very controlled conditions, they sound like exactly their sort of client. But no, because they make all this to make it look like you're flying through space, therefore NASA are obviously lying, blah, blah, blah.
Well, it's funny that they view the videos on the ISS and they look for harness points or they see an artifact, not knowing how video is compressed, and then especially the fact that it's compressed down for 72 DPI for the internet, but they ignore the necklaces these astronauts are wearing that are just floating around their necks, or the ball of water that forms itself and just floats through the air. But they're looking for harnesses when they can't explain the other things.
Yes, and they just say they're on harnesses. Well, show me where the harness is. Show me where the cables must be, and show me how they can do, or all of these spinning around in midair on different axes of rotation in a harness. Go on, show me, and then explain without getting hung up, and then explain why that watch around his wrist is sort of floating because he hasn't tightened the strap up that tightly, and her necklace is floating about, and their clothing's floating about, and their hair's floating about. Is that all on wires too, or are they in harnesses and then they're using CGI, and then they're using something else, and then they're using something else, or they're in freefall? Occam's razor.
Come on, Gary. I know you're dying to say something.
Like how it's the Farmer's Boy Jeopardy show. Yeah, because Dockers, you think, oh, that'd be cool on the ISS. Yeah, for a short while maybe, but I think after a couple of days, you'd sort of think, yeah, this will do now. Can I go back? I've had enough of not actually being physically able to sit down, and I'm always wondering what to do with my arms because they keep floating about all over the place. And oh dear, I've got to go for a shit. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun for a couple of hours, but then these people on that assignment for like 30 days or 40 days or 90 days. I don't think that's something I want to sign up for.
Well, some of them have been up there. Some of them were up there for nearly a year. I mean, good grief! I just beggars belief. I mean, well done to them, but bloody hell. And to see the hassle they have to go through when they're going to do a spacewalk, and of course you watch all these Hollywood films, and they just get in the spacesuit and they're outside. No, you've got to sit in that thing for like an hour or two on a higher oxygen content to let your body get used to it first, and you have to keep running all these tests. And now everything you're doing is 10 times more difficult than it was before because you're now in a spacesuit and you've got these cumbersome gloves on.
And then you look down at the world and you think, wow, there really are a bunch of idiots who think this is fake.
Yep. Which British accent do you want to it with? Well, of course, we could have half an hour of dead air, whilst Jose goes and does what he's doing. Well. So, in the vast faintness of space, I think we've got another spacewalk coming up. I think SpaceX are sending up some more satellites tomorrow, I believe. Oh dear.
I saw the former in concert, but not the latter.
Yeah, I saw. I missed Led Zeppelin, and then when they did that final sort of reunion thing here at the O2 quite a few years back, and there was only a limited number of tickets. I obviously didn't get one.
Yeah, I saw Pink Floyd at the Wall tour back in the day.
I've seen them in bits. I've never seen them perform as a group, but I've seen David Gilmour at the Royal Albert Hall, and I've seen Roger Waters twice. The last time at which he was doing The Wall.
Sky Clock proves there is a creator. And actually, it doesn't.
What Sky Clock? Hang on, let me have a look outside. No, there's lots of cloud, but no clock.
Gary, are you an intelligent design proponent?
I think he wants to play.
Sing it, Gary. Sing it.
How bizarre. Oh, there's a shout out from his fan club, Marcus Dresden.
I think I wasn't singing. At least I was just humming.
Well, there is that, yes. So, nobody's got anything to talk about. Nobody's going to come and join us.
So, Gary, are you an intelligent design proponent?
Of course.
Has everything been designed?
Absolutely.
Really? Do you have a criteria for this design?
Just look around you.
No,
It's
that's
pretty obvious.
no criteria.
I don't need any criteria. The evidence is all around you. Just look. Open your eyes. Trees, flowers, animals, birds, humans, the eyeball, the vestibular system, everything points to a designer. Didn't happen by chance. And the sky clock, which keeps our seasons, our years, our days, obvious, points out to a creator.
And Cancer is one of the best ones.
No, that points out to the fall. That man rebelled against God, so we suffer the consequences.
Wait.
And so the perfect
let me
creation
understand
has now been upset.
Let me
It still
understand.
points to a creator.
So
Okay.
two people who took a bite out of an apple doomed an entire species.
Mm-hmm.
Your
Well said.
Your God's a dick.
Okay, well, you'll tell him that on the judgment day. See what happens.
Yeah.
Judgment day.
Because you will face him. You will face him. It's just time. Well, you'll face him either on a judgment day then or last breath.
I won't face anybody once I'm dead because I'll be
Okay.
Dead.
Worm food.
Okay.
Right.
I guess you'll change your mind on that day, because I'm not going to convince you otherwise.
Well, no, I
Even
won't.
though all
because
the
I'm
evidence
dead.
points to a creator.
There is no evidence of a
There's no
creator.
And it's obvious we live in a world that's rebelled against him. Just
There is
look
no
at the
evidence.
news. Just
There
look
is
at your
no
news.
evidence.
The news. Look at your news. Look
There
at this
is no
world that's in
evidence.
rebellion. The world is in rebellion.
Is it?
So all the good that
Yeah, it's
happens
pretty
in the
obvious.
world, all the good that happens in the world, didn't balance the scale of two people eating an apple.
No.
That's your logic.
You fall
That's
short
your
in one.
logic. That's how
You fall.
delusional.
That's not my logic. That's God's logic.
No, that
You
is your
fall
logic.
short. If
Because
you
you're the
fall
one who
short,
chooses to believe.
if you fall short, you fall short. Period. Perfection is the only thing that doesn't fall short, and we don't. None of you are perfect, and I'm not perfect.
Oh,
And you need
I
a
think
savior.
You're a perfect asshole. But other than that,
You need a savior.
I don't need a savior. I was born
You do.
right the first time.
No, you were. You were born in rebellion.
Want
You
to bet?
inherited that nature.
Want to bet?
What a load of old cock.
Okay. Yeah. Have you done anything wrong?
Yeah.
Did you tell lies ever?
Nope.
You're in rebellion. You were born in that. You were.
No
That's
such-
that's
there's no such
inevitable
thing as
when
a
you're
lie.
born.
A lie is a
When
man-made
you're born, it's
concept.
inevitable that you're going to rebel.
A lie is a man-made concept.
It's not a man-made concept. It's obvious. Look around you. Just look.
A
Look
lie
at
is a
yourself.
man-made concept.
Look at your mind.
It's
Look at your own
obvious.
mind. Even. You can't even control your mind. None of us can.
Can't you?
We think things we shouldn't think. We do things we shouldn't do.
Who says we
Say
shouldn't
things we shouldn't say.
think these things? Who says we shouldn't think those
Deny.
things?
Most of us deny God.
Well,
I deny
show him
Santa
to me.
Claus too.
Although it's so obvious
The
there's
reason
a
I deny
creator.
Santa Claus is because he doesn't exist. There's no proof
Okay,
of God.
well, that's you're going to find out otherwise.
Don't you
No,
diss the tooth
no, I don't
fairy.
think so.
Don't
Gary,
Yeah,
is it
yeah.
possible? Gary,
And
is it possible?
I know you're not sure because that's. I guarantee you think about it at times where you wonder what if.
Not
No.
at all.
Yeah, you do.
Gary, I've got a question.
Everybody does. Everybody
Yeah, Gary
does.
knows everybody's mind, so I won't worry, StingRay. He knows our mind.
No, yeah, but I'm genuinely interested in this
deny
question. I'm genuinely interested in this question, Gary. If someone was born and doesn't know about religions or anything like that, a young child, and doesn't have a chance to sin, but they get cancer, is that because of the sins of humanity in God's eyes, right?
Everybody is born in sin. You sin. When the first things you do when you start getting words when you're a kid is like no.
So
And you yell.
so
and you cry because you don't get your way. You do all these things. It's obvious. There's no. There's no.
Stop telling me a story. Stop trying to dramatize it.
We're in
This
a
is a
fallen
conversation,
world where we
Gary.
have sickness and death. Then that's part of the world that we live in.
Hey,
because
we get it.
rebel.
The answer, we get it, Gary. Fuck
Okay,
me. The
well, you
answer
know,
was
let's
yes.
ramble on if you don't want me to ever give my full statement.
Because the answer's just yes.
Yes.
You could have fucking
There. I
not
don't
told
know.
me a
It's not-
story.
it's not all of
Jesus
that.
Christ.
Well,
Sorry about the Jesus Christ thing. I mean, you're Christ or
don't
oh,
call
your
him
God.
me. It's him that you got to worry about. Not me.
So in Exodus, in Deuteronomy, the sins of the father, then that's false, and someone lied, and that's in the Bible.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Ancestral sin can't be weighed upon the sons.
No, but you will yourself. You will sin. So you will wait. You will pay for yours.
That baby that
Yes.
was born, with a disability and died before having a chance to sin, is in contradiction to the Bible. You utter fuck
it isn't. No, you were born in sin. You were born with the nature of Adam.
No.
And so you're going to sin. You are born in it. The first things you do as a child is to rebel against your parents.
No, it's not. That is just the most absurd thing
you cry,
could
you
ever
want
say.
your way, you have fits, you lie,
I'm
you do all
talking
these
about
things when
a
you're a kid.
child. I'm
That's why we
talking
have to
about an
train our
infant,
kids
Gary.
not to do that kind
Gary,
of stuff.
Gary.
Yeah, that
I'm
is 2
talking
months
about an
old.
infant that's 1 day old or less.
Yeah, they're born in sin. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, you are a pathetic individual.
Yeah,
No,
you're a
it's
horrible
true.
piece of shit, and so is your
Really? What is
make-believe
the sin?
space fucking
Okay.
wizard. You fuck
What
nut.
is the
Well,
sin?
that's he
What
tells
is the sin of a newborn
he
infant?
tells us to go to all the world and preach the
What is
gospel
the
because
sin
he
of a
does
newborn infant?
because he's the offer is out there. You guys reject it. You guys have no excuse
What is
whatsoever. You're
the
worried about a
sin
baby.
of
You
a
should be worried
newborn
more about your
infant?
own souls. You
What
need to
is the
worry about your
sin
own
of a
souls.
newborn infant?
I don't have a
They're
soul.
born in sin. They're born with a nature that's going to
What
be
is
sinful.
the sin?
That's why as soon as they can talk, they start doing things
What
rebelling.
is the sin of a newborn infant?
They're born in the nature of sin. You
What
have to have
is the
a cure
sin?
for it.
So
It's
is
just
a
born.
newborn
It's just the
child.
nature, and it expresses itself as soon as you get a voice.
You are an intellectual fruit fly.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
You'll find out someday.
Well,
No,
technically, it's a fucking idiot, but yeah.
I hope you don't. I hope you end up on the right side before you die. But that's up to you.
I am on the right side.
Okay.
You're alive.
Whatever.
Wow. How,
Gary, do
how-
I just need to repent
You need a fucking
while I'm
safe
alive
space.
to actually be taken into your space wizard garden?
You have to believe in the sacrificial atonement made by Jesus Christ. You have to believe the gospel that he came, he laid down his life to pay for the sins that we actually owed the price to him and his Father. And we have to and without that, if we reject him, we will suffer the consequences. That's the only
Yeah,
out.
I got it. So God sent his son down, or it depends if you're on about the Holy Trinity himself, and sacrificed himself to himself because of his laws for
he
us.
sacrificed.
That's fucking
No,
wicked.
there is a
This is an
Father,
acid
there is a
trip, Gary.
Son, and there is a Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit, Jesus talked about the Holy Spirit, and he called him another of the same kind. He said, I will send you another helper, and that's of the same kind. In other words, the three are the one God. How that works is beyond me, but God is beyond us, isn't he?
No, it's not beyond. It's just a made-up
Sure,
story.
God is beyond you. You can't comprehend God at all.
I can comprehend
Other than
that
what we're
he's your
told.
God, he's an asshole, because the things that he does are not logical. And everything in the universe
No,
is
of course
open
not,
logic.
because the wisdom of God is foolishness to man. So to you it's foolish,
It
but
is
it's not to
foolish.
God.
Awesome.
No, he's a perfect being. He created it. He makes the rules. You don't. You can cry and moan all you want.
I'm not crying and moaning. I'm just
Sure
laughing.
you
at
are. You're
people
actually
like
getting
you.
upset. You're actually
I'm
getting
laughing at
upset.
people like you.
You're getting mad.
What
You're
happens?
calling me names.
Attribute-
You're getting
You
you,
attribute to
you,
the
you
ignorance of the
freak
world.
out. You're
I've got
being
another
told that
question
it's the
about
truth.
this space wizard. My other question is, forget the newborn child that's born in sin. You've answered that one. They're instantly in sin, even if they die after a couple of hours. They were just fucking sinners. They should burn in hell. So, but my other question is, what happens in an indigenous island that doesn't have any kind of Western religion, which actually your location where you grow up and the nature of your parents is more indicative of what religion you will be, which shows it as not a universal truth. But let's say it was, and an island isolated from all religion, someone grows up on there, they're going to be in sin and not know it. Is that correct?
That's right. That's
So
why we're
through no
told.
fault-
Hold it. My answer requires more. That's why the scriptures we're told to go out into all the world and preach the gospel, because without it, without belief in it, they will perish, just like everyone else.
Okay. So what happens if you know that there are islands out there like that don't know about your space wizard, and you do nothing? Is that bad?
Yes.
All right. What have
And
you done?
that's why we have people who become missionaries and go all to these places.
No, not
and we support them. Not everybody has to go there. Everybody's called a different way. You might be called just to be a witness where you live. Some people are compelled by God to go, and they will go because they can't in their own mind. They can't help but do it. They have to. It's in their mind. It's in their heart to go. Those kind of people go. People like us, we support them.
But
Give them money so they can go.
What about? Okay, so my question is: this will have happened, and I can actually quote an island that's very like this. But let's say none of the
You know you don't need an island, right?
Wait a minute. Okay. Just
there's
an
places in the
isolated community
Amazon
then.
that have never been
An isolated community then, Gary. Let me finish. An isolated community then that none of you you space wizard worshipping fucknuts, decide to go there. Whose fault is that? Is that all of you collectively, or just the one that said someone else will go? And if no one makes an effort to go there and someone lives out their life and dies without religion, they're still in sin and go to hell without any knowledge, right?
Yep.
that's such an acid trip.
That's why we're told to go. And that's why we send missionaries everywhere. There's missionaries pretty much everywhere in the world now. We had missionaries going into China and Russia when most people couldn't go there. They were bringing Bibles, smuggling them across the border. We've been doing this for thousands of years. How do you think the gospel got spread around the whole world? It's because people went out. It's everywhere. There's still a few tribes left that are especially in the Amazon that we know of, that they get pictures of them from the air, but so far people haven't been able to approach them. There was one tribe, there's a book written called Through Gates of Splendor, and it was a guy who that's how he was compelled in his heart to go reach this tribe that nobody had been reached. They were known to kill people who tried to get over there, and the guy went in. Guess what? Him and his friends were killed on the beach when they landed their plane. But then his wives and their wives all went in, became missionaries there. I actually saw one of the guys who became a Christian from that tribe at a concert here in California. He was at the concert. He now spoke English and stuff. He was there when they killed the missionaries on the beach. And yet the missionaries' wives still had the heart to reach the same people. They went in there, and a bunch of them converted to Christ. So people go. There are people out there who go.
I do not doubt mass fanaticism can do that to people. I really don't, Gary. I promise you that. But I've got another question.
Fanaticism will cause a person to believe in a spinning pear flying through space.
Even if we're not on a fruit and it's not a pear, but even if your space wizard were true, and even if all accounts of the Bible, which are none of them firsthand, were true, and even if what you're saying was true, that dude would still be one evil motherfucker, and as a civilization, we need to kill him.
Oh, well, that's what the space program is probably actually all about, reaching God. They built the tower in Babel, right? And God the Father and God the Son and God the Holy Spirit, they were talking to each other and said, you can find this in Genesis. And they said, hey, they're able to attain whatever they want to do. See, I don't doubt we can actually get up to a high level in space. But I think the full intention is actually a war with God. They know he's there, and they want to kill him.
What about Hindi and Muslim that would account for more than...
They need to turn to Christ, otherwise they will perish just like everybody else.
Well, even though their religions have pretty much the same structure in some cases, and some even...
It's not the same. They don't believe in Christ.
I didn't say it's the same.
It's not even remotely the same.
I didn't
say
they
have millions of gods.
I didn't say the same structure of worship and stuff, but
that's not the same.
With a longer heritage, and some religions that even date back 5,000 years, which is well before your space wizard came along, and none of those can be true. They need to convert to the new version, right?
They have to become Christians. They have to turn to Christ. They have to hear the gospel, because the gospel is what causes you to believe, and when they believe, they're saved.
So I've got so I think I've asked you this before, I can't remember your answer. So if Earth sphere, God doesn't exist. If Earth flat, God does exist. Is that your mind?
No.
All right. Okay. So the Earth can be a sphere.
You don't have to believe the Earth is flat to be a Christian.
No. Okay. Cool.
I've never said that. The flat Earth is not the gospel. The gospel is Jesus Christ atoning for our sins with his own death. Because his own death, from him being perfect, is the only thing that could satisfy the debt that was owed. That's the only thing. And that's why if we believe in him and put our faith in him, we hear that gospel and it makes sense to us for some reason where it never did before, and changes our lives.
So
I know a lot of people whose lives completely changed by belief in Christ.
So Jesus Christ died because two ancestors ages ago ate an apple, which obviously... Those ancestors wouldn't have been white. They wouldn't have been fucking Christian by any definition of it. And there wouldn't have been just two of them anywhere else shit would go wrong in the second iteration of that family.
Did I ever say they were white?
No, I'm just saying.
Where do you come up with that kind of stuff?
Geographical location
a stupid statement like that.
Mitochondrial tracing, if you want to know.
But to make us seem like we're more silly. I've never said they were white.
Okay,
I have no idea what color they were back then.
Mitochondrial tracing would show that they're definitely not white. But so my question is, Jesus Christ died because these two people ate an apple in a garden.
Yes, because they rebelled. That was the one tree they were told not to. It was like a test.
And then the all-knowing God that knew everything knew that was going to happen anyway when he created them, correct?
Yep.
And he created them anyway, knowing that in creating them, that sin would occur and he'd start punishing small children that have a day to live, correct?
Yep. And then at the same time he provided the answer to the problem. And it was probably all, in my opinion, this is my opinion only, it was probably all to teach a lesson to the angels that rebelled.
And you actually believe that, Tripe?
Yeah, I do.
Wow.
Well, you believe in a spinning pear Earth flying through endless space. I mean, come on.
No.
Yeah, that's what you believe in.
That's been proved, Gary.
No, it has not been proved.
Gary, it has been proved.
No, according to you guys, science says you can't prove anything. You have a theory, you think you have evidence, but
Gary,
you don't have proof.
People have been to space and they have observed it spinning.
No, they have not observed it spinning.
They must have that, Gary.
Excuse me, I got a slight cold.
What do you think the Himawari shoots every 9 minutes or every 10 minutes?
Takes slices of pictures and the computer puts them together.
It takes pictures and puts them together.
It takes a bunch of satellite data from other satellites, takes little slices and pieces them all together. It's simple. There's nothing complicated about that. It's not just a picture. It just took that picture, a snapshot.
Whole Earth photo.
It's not a whole Earth photo.
You really are ignorant of what's going on in the world today.
Well, that's your opinion. You're entitled to it.
No, that's just a fact.
Well, it's not a fact, but you're entitled to your opinion.
I'm going to agree with Gary on this, that it is your opinion, and it's not a fact, but the evidence is really fucking strong.
Not really. I mean, you think it is. I don't think it is at all.
Delusional people seldom do.
Well, I can say the same thing right back to you.
What? A sound reason with evidence is the foundation for my belief system, whereas yours is just, if it isn't Space Wizard, it's out.
No, I have evidence. I put them in my videos, just like a horizon. I've shown videos. There's evidence that it's nothing. That all it is when you have an insufficient angle to the surface and everything foreshortens to the point where it becomes a line. That's why when you drive down the road, after a certain point, you can't even see the actual surface of the road. Right in front of you, the lines in the road, you get the individual lines. When you first start driving, let's say you see individual center lines, right? But if you keep looking further ahead, they start to look like they're just like kind of one line. And then if you look even further ahead of that, you can't even see the lines anymore because that's foreshortening. The angle is insufficient, and the place in your field of view where it's going to be resolved in is insufficient to actually see it anymore. And I've shown that. I've shown it in quite a few videos.
Gary, all you're doing there is describing simple perspective, which actually conforms to basic, oh, you need to get some cough medicine or something, or throat.
No, I'm almost over it. It's just a little bit.
Yeah, so you need to show this in terms of not looking out and seeing the horizon, but perspective is actually scalable. You could produce this on a small scale. The difference between the lines on the road is they're on a flat surface where the tangent of that surface is 90 degrees perpendicular to you. everything changes, and the rate of which something will disappear changes when that entire surface is facing you, because then it's just double the distance, half the size, and nothing accounts for bottom-up obstruction, and trigonometry predicts perfectly the size that should be based on your field of view, yet that's not what we observe with distant buildings or suns, so it doesn't match reality.
Actually, I have videos that show the bottoms of ships becoming unresolvable just by backing off the zoom. The first thing that you can't see in complete totality is going to be the bottom. Now, there may be little small things on the top of the ship, like a thin mast or something, little details that you won't see. But as far as the ship as a whole, the top will be the last thing you see. Just like when you see people zooming in where you can't even see the ship. They zoom in, and what happens? You start to see something pop up from that center line, right? From that vanishing zone. And it pops up, and it's top first when it pops up. Now, when you back off, it's bottom first that gets to that limit again. We see it all the time.
No, I get
Simple
that.
angles.
Could you point me to the video, not one of your videos, but one where any flat earther has gone out and shown that a half of the zoom of their camera shows that there's bottom-up obstruction and the ship seemingly like the water's risen up and is covering half of it. But when they zoom further in, it changes the water line on how much of the ship that you see. Because I've never seen that, and that would be true if what you said would be true.
Did you repeat that?
So
you ramble on and you go 5 different directions.
So imagine we've got half zoom.
Just be simple. Keep it simple.
Yeah, half zoom, ship is partially hidden. Full zoom, less than half the ship is hidden, would be true.
Yeah, well, that's what it looks like when you zoom in.
Never seen that. Link me a video. That'd be absolutely amazing to me.
Well, you see it all the time. I've got the videos. I know you don't want to see my videos.
No, you don't.
You don't know a video like that, Gary.
Can I say hello and thank you guys for?
I have one where you can see that. Oh, sorry, Jose. Is that you?
No, I just want to thank you, Gary. Thank you, StingRay. Thank you, Farmers, Carl, Lubo, and Steve Rodino for holding the floor. I just got back. Everything is fine. I'll be listening for a few minutes. Good stuff. Big shout out to JD with a 9.99 euro super chat. Pounds, actually. JD, 9.99 pounds. And no one died for his sins. That's what JD says. Thank you very much for the super chat.
Gary, why in all those videos of the windmills, of that windmill farm, where half of the windmills are over the curve of the horizon, why can't those be brought back with zoom?
Because they're too far for the optical device you're using. The angle is even smaller at that point, where it just simply becomes unresolvable. Rayleigh criterion, angular compression.
Oh my God!
Well, there's ships out there. There are ships out there you can't even see until you zoom in on. What happened? Were they just not resolvable, or were they over the curve? But the
But
P9
I can see the sun 93 million miles
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
I can see the moon 238.
They're not at the surface, and once they get near the surface, they start to shrink vertically, like the sun and the moon.
Where's the
You can
rest of
see
the
it on
ship in
them.
Discord? In Discord,
The ship is close to the surface. It's gonna hit that angle way
Where's the
quicker.
rest of the ship?
If you can't pull in the whole ship, it's because it's too far for the angle for whatever you're using. When you zoom in, you're increasing the focal length, right? Which is making your field of view very tiny. So you're actually just looking at a little tiny field of view, and so now you've got all that pixel space is available to demonstrate that and resolve it in that picture. And that's why it always looks magnified when you zoom in.
So,
but things can reach. Everything has a limit. Your eyes have one limit. A P900 has another limit. I've got a Nikon B500. It has less limit than a P900 or a P1000 of what you can zoom in on.
So the images that are currently in Discord, I don't know if you can see those.
Yeah, I'm not on there. I'm just talking. I'm trying to eat a hamburger while talking to you.
It's showing a cargo container ship over the horizon, and you can see some of the containers, and then to the right, you can see a big gap between the two last towers of containers, and you can see the sky through that. Where is the ship that should be?
Okay. When you back off the zoom on that picture, what happens?
I got to do with the price of bread.
No, it's how you see. What happens when you start to back off the zoom on that ship that you can only see half of?
Why
Does it
can't we see
disappear
the
into that
actual the
vanishing
hull of the
zone?
ship?
Proportionally
Does it
smaller.
become unresolvable?
Let
You
It gets
can't see it
proportionally
anymore?
smaller.
Let him answer you, Gary. You ask the question. Let them
It
answer
gets
the question.
proportionally smaller.
Proportionately. It's not proportionally. You have different angles
Oh
to
my
every point of a boat. You have
It's
you have
top to
literally
bottom of that
thousands of visual angles from
The
your
top
eyes
and the bottom
to a
of that
boat.
ship are the same distance from my eyes.
And the bottom of the boat is always going to be closest to the surface, which means
The
that's going
top
to be
and
the
the
first
bottom
part
of
that
the
reaches
ship
that
are the
Rayleigh
same
criterion.
distance.
No,
The
it
top
isn't the
and the
same
bottom of the
distance.
ship are the same distance.
Oh, so the top of the ship is closer to the water line than the bottom of the ship? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
The top
That's
of
what
the
you just
ship,
said.
The top of the ship from my eyes is the same distance.
Doesn't matter what the distance is. It's what the angle to the ground is. Your visual
somehow
angle to
when
the
it
top
gets
of the
to the
ship
horizon, it
is
all compresses.
wider than the visual angle to the bottom of the ship.
That when things get
Isn't
closer
it?
to the horizon,
Isn't
they
it?
compress to nothing.
You're
Which is
both talking at
complete
the same time.
absurd bullshit.
Well, he interrupted and let it finish.
But the both of you are doing it.
No,
Okay,
Gary,
I'm
what
gonna
you're claiming,
ask him a minute. He can talk away while I finish my answer.
Gary, what you're
Good.
claiming is as things are on the horizon, they compress to the horizon to the point where they can't be seen.
That's something Gary always says. I would like to ask a question, Gary. You said you are very religious, but you seem to be very, very big liar. Isn't a lie a sin? And another question, Gary, I would like to ask you, if God created Adam and Eve and they only have the sons, so how did they multiply? Can you explain to me, please? Thank you.
What happens when you zoom out the camera? Well, you might see, you might not see. It's gonna get blurred. It's gonna change all kinds of effects. It's gonna be magic going on around, and all kinds of artifacts going on with the zooming in and out, and compressions and dispersion and distortion and magicalation and fantasy and fairies. That's why we don't analyze that in between while we are zoom out. I mean, if we're gonna analyze something, it's either in an image when it's already zoom in or already zoom out. That's why we choose to zoom in and see the most we can with the magnification we have. We don't want to be analyze this wishy-washy bullshit electronically and optically that happens in between. We don't want to do that because that's all kinds of bullshit that you can make out. That what we want to analyze is the actual final result, which is the already magnified and zoom in image. If that makes sense to anybody or to Gary, what do you think?
You have to analyze the whole thing because that's how you notice what's happening. That's why I started watching these videos where they were zoomed in, but when they backed up the zoom, you would see the whole thing just start to compress into that center line, that vanishing zone. And so then I started playing back in slow motion, and it was pretty obvious that the bottoms became unresolvable for the tops. The whole thing is compressing as it goes further, but that bottom is always the closest thing to that water line, which is going to be where your horizon is going to be on the water line, isn't it?
So
and
when
so
it's
the top
already
of the ship, you're going to have a wider visual angle to the top than you are to the bottom. The bottom is going to be the first part that reaches that point where the angles are too small, slice at a time, to resolve them as separate from the water line. That's
Okay,
Rayleigh criterion.
All right, let me make this point and see if we can get it to a conclusion, at least not a conclusion, to a mutual understanding. So after, if I'm zoom out and I start zooming in, the bottom, unresolved first, and the bottom is missing, and then we start seeing more and more. All the explanation that you gave, that I'm not gonna trying to mimic what you say or parrot your same words. But what you say happens, I 100% agree, Gary. So as you zoom in, you're gonna see all of this, and then you resolve more, and then when you got all the, and then when you are zooming all the way of the image, now hit pause on your brain, hit pause on the brain, look at through your camera, and now you are zooming. Can you tell me if that object, that boat, let's see, a boat like the one on screen right now, or a boat that you have seen before, that is already missing the bottom half, now I don't have to go back and zoom back. I can go back and zoom back out and tell you again the same explanation as I zoom out again. But now we are talking about when we are looking at it already zoomed in. So we are zooming. Now we're seeing that the bottom half of the boat is missing, caught by the horizon. What is happening there? I'm not talking about the zoom in, the progress. I'm talking about the already zoomed in picture.
Yes, because if you can't pull up the whole boat, it's because it's too far for the optical device. You couldn't see it with your eyes. That's why when you do back off the zoom on that half boat, it goes away. It disappears into that zone.
We're talking about now when we are
the
already
angles become. Okay, you didn't let me finish, but the angles simply become more and more narrow with distance. So the farther it is, the less angle there is to resolve anything in, whether you got a P900 or a P1000 or anything else. Doesn't matter.
So if I were to use a telescope to view that top image, would I be able to see the bottom of that boat?
I don't know. You get one and show it.
No,
you would have to have a very long. You would have to have a very long focal length aimed precisely. Which, Jose, you have a P900. You know that sometimes it's hard to keep it trained on one little thing out there, isn't it?
It is hard. And if I had a P1000, a P9000, if I had a Q 3 million and I could magnify more, you know what we'll do? It will bring it closer and closer and closer to my face, that I might see the people through the windows, and I might see the fish jumping out of the water where the boat is still cut off from the bottom up. The bottom of the boat is not going to come up if I got more magnification. It will make it bigger and bigger. It will not bring it off of the bottom. It's already hidden on the bottom. That's what I'm talking about.
You know that there's boats out there that you couldn't see with your eyes, but you could when you scan the horizon with a P900.
And then when I see it with a P900, already zoom in and I see that boat.
But you couldn't see it with your eyes.
Wait, let me finish my point. So I couldn't see it with my eyes. And you want to talk about why couldn't I see it before? I couldn't see it because my eyes couldn't resolve it. Now,
right.
I'm still not done now. Now I grab my P900 and I zoom in and I say, oh, there's a boat in there I didn't see before. Okay, let's talk about why I didn't see the boat. We spent 3 hours talking about why. I was all right, now I see the boat. Now let me zoom in and I magnify all the way in. And I say, all right, the boat is taking the whole screen. It's missing the bottom half. Why?
Because you have your focal length isn't long enough and your field of view isn't confined enough to get to that bottom of the boat anymore. You simply reach a limit. That's why you had a limit with your eyes. You couldn't see it. You zoom in a little bit, it starts to pop up. You zoom in a little bit more, it pops up a little bit more. You zoom in some more until you got full zoom in, it pops up some more. Now it's only going to be able to show what's actually available in that angle and magnify that into the picture, because it'll have all the pixels available, because they're just focused on this little tiny spot out in the long distance.
I got a question
when you back off, that field of view becomes huge, and so now that boat is just this little tiny thing in the center of your field of view that a lot of times you can't even see because there's nowhere to put it.
A quick super chat from Stefan Mod is for 50 Nokias. Thank you, Stefan. How does a flat surface block anything on top of it if you're not under that flat surface? You're above the flat surface, standing on the flat surface. How will it block anything on top of it?
It doesn't block anything. They just become unresolvable.
But it's blocking. I mean, look at the images I got. The boat I got on screen. It's missing a shitload of it.
Gary, how far do you think a telescope can see? A decent 8-inch refracting telescope?
You're asking the wrong question. You point at the sky, you can see a lot further than if you point at a parallel close to the surface, where you're going to lose detail at the surface very quickly, right? That's why we see horizons. I know you guys don't like it, but it's compression.
Why?
It's compression of your field of view. There's only a tiny space to put that information in your field of view, unless you zoom in, which changes that field of view. So,
nice story, bro.
As far as detail to a surface, it's limited by how close you are to the surface and your angle to it in the distance. There just simply comes a point where you can't resolve it.
Gary, let me to teach you about resolution, angular resolution.
Okay,
it's not about disappearing, the light disappearing. It's about the resolution of 2 points. So if you have 2 stars, for example, they're very, very
That's
close.
exactly what I've been trying to tell you. That's what I've been saying for the last 20 minutes.
Let me to teach you, okay? So if you have...
You're not teaching me, you're just repeating what I've been saying.
No, because you are very, very wrong.
I've been saying that for 20 minutes. You guys don't listen. And now you're going to
are
teach
wrong.
me.
Just listen. Can you just listen and shut the fuck up, man, and listen? If you have two stars too close together, that your instrument cannot resolve it, you still don't lose the light from the stars. Do you understand? The light will be still there. Angular resolution is about light being still there, but you cannot resolve that there are actually 2 points. So if the boat would disappear in, like, compress somehow, like you say, the light will be still there. There would end up in the bright line of the very, very bright light that you will be not able to resolve based on your logic, because if you compress the light, it gets brighter. It
Okay.
gets brighter. You can try it with
You want to use the stars? We'll
magnifying
just go ahead
glass.
and use
You
the
can try it with
stars.
magnifying glass. Get a magnifying glass and compress the sunlight. What will happen?
What does it matter?
Because that's your stupid logic. You're so
That has nothing to
wrong
do with
on
what we're
it that
talking about.
you don't
You're being,
understand.
that was silly.
You are
Well,
silly,
here,
man.
let me say, you want
Very
to say,
silly.
you want to use stars, okay? You ever look up at the
It's
stars?
the
You just go out
same.
there and look. You're just looking with your eyes at a patch of sky, and there's like 3 or 4 stars right there, and you're kind of looking at them. Then you put up a pair of binoculars, and all of a sudden you see like 30 more stars around there that you couldn't see. How come you couldn't see them with your eyes? But you could see them with the telescope or binoculars.
Because the telescope and binoculars, they have bigger entrance of the light, man.
But they had light. There was light coming from them because you could see it with the telescope, but you couldn't see them with your eyes.
Yeah,
see, everything has a limit based on angles, including stars. Just further away from the stars because they're not close to a surface where you're having that Rayleigh criterion effect coming in place. Although you do have that effect if you have 2 close by, 2 stars that are close, because they'll look like 1 star, but if you zoom in, you'll say, "Oh, there's 2 stars there."
Angular, man, you don't understand what you're talking about. You still see that if you go outside, if it goes outside in the very, very dark skies, you still see the light of the Milky Way. You know there are billions and billions of stars, because when you zoom in, you see the stars, but you see the light of the Milky Way. The light doesn't disappear, light is still there. Do you understand that?
All right. We're going back to the. I'm playing a video clip that Brian Mavitt shared, and it is what Gary is. Some of the things that Gary explained. When you are looking with your own eyes, as with P900 zoomed out, so just looking through your eyes and a P900, nothing zoom in, so you don't see anything. And then you zoom in, and well, what's down there? It's on land. There's a boat and all that thing, and you can see the whole boat and the whole thing when you didn't see it before. Nobody disagrees with that. Nobody ever disagree with that. That's it. That's a fact of reality. Shout out to Brian.
Gary, also you didn't answer my question about Adam and Eve. When they had only sons, how did they multiply?
They had daughters, and they married their sisters. You know, I worked in the cattle business. Okay, you have a thing called inbreeding, but you don't have to worry about it for a long time. It's like until there's like multiple generations of the same bull line being used on the same daughters, then you do start to have a slight problem then. But until then, until there's been quite a few generations, you don't really have a problem.
All right, we're talking.
And that was the same thing.
Well, where does the Bible say about their daughters? What were the names?
I do believe there are some names in there. I can't remember for sure, but there obviously it said they had sons. They had sons and daughters. It obviously says that.
Which verse does talk about it?
They just the only ones they talk about are the ones that were important for us to know.
Hold on, Lubo. Let me ask a super chat question here quickly by Anamorphic Mind. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Does Gary not know that line about the boats and the shape of the earth is a sin? Do you know that, Gary? Shout out to Anamorphic.
That was actually my second question to him. Lying is a sin, man.
Yeah, I'm not lying because I actually can show it. I've done it many times. I've got 4 or 5 videos that show the very same thing. One was a clip out of a video by Critical Think. And I was talking to him in a comment section. We were going back and forth, and he said he couldn't see the boats he zoomed in on this particular video with his eyes, but he could zoom in on them, but he couldn't see them naturally. So that, and then when you back off the zoom, you can see the bottom becoming unresolvable bottom first. That it's just reaches that limit. The limit's at the surface. The bottom is always going to be the closest thing to the surface. That's going to be the first thing that reaches that limit, where you can no longer resolve it because there's just nowhere to put it in your field of view anymore.
That's not how it works.
It is how it works.
No, it's not.
We see it all the time. I've got so many videos that I can make hundreds of these. There's so many of them out there. And I get most of a lot of the clips I got from guys on your side. They just didn't notice what they were doing.
Gary, how many times we talked about this? All you have are low quality screen recorded videos where you're claiming that someone didn't see what was on the horizon and then zoomed in and saw it. Why would we zoom in on nothing?
Hey, B-Ball, one of those videos I made was clips from one of your videos.
Exactly.
You can go and you will see exactly what my video showed.
You
saying yours was low quality?
No, when you screen recorded it, it was low quality.
I screen recorded it, but you can actually go to your video and watch it happen. I think I recorded it because it was obvious.
Gary, stop.
No. You recorded a video. I don't get a screen. I just recorded it to show what was happening, and even with the look,
I didn't. Okay, so you're claiming that I didn't know what I was zooming in on?
No, I'm saying you can go. If somebody thinks it's because it was low quality, they can go watch your video and see exactly what my video shows.
So you're claiming that before I zoomed in, there was nothing there?
No, I didn't say on yours. But there are a lot of videos like I said, Critical Think. I was going back and forth with him about his video, and he said he couldn't see it with his eyes. He had a 5900.
Let's give people the opportunity to explain his point of view so I can understand where he's coming from.
Gary,
hey, I'm gonna be listening. I gotta go take a shower and stuff. I was off today. I was just relaxing today. No, because I gotta go to my mom's birthday party. I gotta get ready to go. So.
Okay.
All right.
I will listen, and if I have time, I gotta take a shower because I got other stuff I have to do before I even get there. So.
Okay.
That's fair. Well, we'll hear from Beeble. Beeble, talk to us. What's the situation over here? What's up, brother?
So basically what he's saying is that before I zoomed in, I didn't see what was on the horizon. Right? And I didn't know what was there. And then when I zoomed in,
I didn't say that about your video. You just don't listen. This is what you do.
He's back.
Okay, I'm not done. You said you were going to take a shower.
You are a liar. You're a liar.
He's on to you, Beeble. He's on to you, man.
Right.
I told you I was going to be listening. You think I'm going to just stand for it when you just make up a bunch of bullshit that I didn't say about yours?
He's listening through his vocal cords. He absorbs the signals and repeats them back.
I didn't know what was there. Right? That's what you're saying. I didn't know what was there.
I didn't say that about your video. I said there's a lot of videos where the person couldn't see it, and I used Critical Think as an example. I never mentioned you, B-Ball, at all. You just somehow,
all the time.
in your feeble little mind, you come up with that. I'm talking about your video, and I never mentioned your video. But I did say you can look at a book in there and watch when you back off, and it becomes unresolvable bottom first.
Okay, why it becomes unresolvable?
And then you blamed it on low-quality video recording, and yet we can go to your video and watch it. Jose, you can play it in reverse when he backs off. It's hilarious.
In a screen-recorded low-quality video, if you watch someone zoom out of something, of course, guess what? It's probably going to disappear. Why? Because it's a low quality video.
You're missing the point, B-Ball. I recorded it because I watched the video. I was watching your video, and when you zoomed back out, you could see that it was disappearing bottom first. And so I recorded that. I screen recorded that. But I screen recorded your video. And your video is demonstrating it, not mine. You can blame mine all you want for no recording value or whatever, but it's your video that I got it from, and you can watch your video, and everybody can look at your video and watch it happen without having to look at a recording.
Gary, you screen recorded it, which made it lower quality.
But you can go watch your video without looking at my video. Watch what happens when you back off the zoom in your video, and it will become unresolvable bottom first. Just because you think mine was low quality, it doesn't change what yours was. You can watch your original video on your channel and watch it happen.
So, again,
you didn't need my video. My video just was pointing it out.
Listen, I'm gonna start talking. Don't start talking when I start talking, okay, Gary?
Give him the floor, Gary, for a minute. Give him a minute, brother.
So what Gary is saying here is that when I walked up to the beach, right, and I looked out on the horizon, I couldn't see what was there. So I'm like, let me go ahead and zoom in on this random spot in the horizon. Oh, wow, look, here's a boat that just popped up out of nowhere that I didn't see before I zoomed in. Oh, by the way, also behind that boat, there's a building that's 170-something feet that appears lower than the boat in front of it for some reason. Oh, but I didn't see that when I zoomed in also. And then when I backed off the zoom, all of a sudden the boat disappeared. That's what Gary...
Well, B-Ball just did it again. He repeated the same lie even after I just corrected him that I never said that about his video, but he just did it again. He goes, so here it is. This is what Gary is saying. Gary is saying I went in the beach and I couldn't see anything, but when I zoomed in, I didn't say that. Did anybody in here hear me say that about B-Ball's video?
Literally what you're saying.
Yeah. No, you're ridiculous. You literally, I don't even think you're aware of it anymore.
Your whole argument is claiming that, oh, when I back off the zoom, it disappears. That's your whole argument. Right?
No, my whole argument is things, when you zoom in, you can see things you couldn't see with your eyes. That's my argument. And the bottom is going to be the first thing that you're not going to see compared to the top because it's the closest thing to the surface. That's my argument, not your video. I never said anything you claimed I just said about your video, that you went on, scanned the beach and couldn't see it, and then zoomed in and could see it. I didn't say that about you or your video. You keep saying it. I've already told you I didn't say that, but you keep saying it because you think if you keep repeating it, people are going to believe you. And they probably will because they're stupid.
I love how you backtrack on what you claim now. All of a sudden that's not what you're saying. Oh, when you back off,
you don't listen. You back all the time when you're talking to me. Thinking of your next comment, you don't actually pay attention.
What's a higher quality? What's higher quality? 720p or 1080p?
You were roboting there, Gary. Yes.
I said it when I didn't say it. That was just a flat out lie.
When you were watching the video, what were you watching it in? Were you watching it in 1080p? In your phone?
144p.
Potato.
Potato.
He lost signal in his shower. There's a birthday party today with his mom, so he has to go upstairs today.
It's alright. Hey,
you know what I think, Gary. I think it's time to upgrade your arguments. It's time to move on, man. Upgrade your arguments. Look at something else that you can argue about, because this is so old and repetitive. It's not fun anymore, man. Learn I don't know. Look at the moon landings. Claim the moon landings are fake. We can argue about that or something. I don't know.
Exactly, that's awesome. Yeah.
No,
something gas, gravity, or gas pressure, or something.
Yeah. Gas pressure. There you go. Let's argue about that.
This is his thing. A lot of these flirts have a thing, and this is obviously Gary's thing.
Yeah, that's his thing. Yeah. It's like Brian Mabbott. Brian Mabbott is with Coriolis, right? I mean, with the Earth rotating underneath the drone or whatever. That's Brian's go.
Travis has refraction, or as he calls it, the ether band.
The ether band. Yeah.
Bev has
It's only because I had a drink handy.
What
Bev, what do you
Lubo? What
think?
do you have? What do you have, Lubo? What's your go-to?
Maybe astronomy, stars, resolution, perspective.
There was a
That's
guy,
what I-
there's a Spanish guy, Hugo Perez. I think people is seeing him around, right? He is with the Foucault pendulum, if I'm not mistaken. That's his go-to.
Yeah, where's Bev when we need it?
Then we got Big Blue. Is the Cavendish man. Big Blue.
Oh,
and
yes.
LIGO. Cavendish
Oh,
and LIGO.
absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is good. And then Bob, we got Bob. Lately, Bob is the part of the ISS, and they be able to track it and see it and stuff.
Well, we all know FKFC will come what he comes with.
What? I don't know.
The pendulum, always.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's the thing.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he could pretty much argue any point though. And we got, and then we got Reds and his Reds has his rocket launches.
Rocket launches, yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
absolutely incredible footage.
Yeah.
Between him and Astronomy Live, my God, the stuff they capture.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, FTFE can argue about many things, but when it comes to astronomy, he actually does many mistakes.
He
Hold on.
wings it a bit sometimes.
But people, you
Yeah.
want to lower your speakers a tiny bit,
Oh.
giving a little bit of a wobbly feedback. Not too
Is
much.
that better?
Just a little bit.
Is that better?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's better. A little bit.
But I wouldn't argue with MC
Yes.
Jun about anything. He's got everything.
He's a clever guy.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. He is a very clever and erudite chap.
I have my frogs and we must free them.
Mm. Oh,
Free them
your
frogs.
I miss your frogs, Jose. I miss that background chorus you used to have.
I miss the frogs.
Mm.
All right. I'm going to pause. I got a video over here on queue shared by Bugs. Look at that. A large vessel viewed from whatever. But look at that. How much. Look at that. Great quality.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look at that. A small boat closed before going over the horizon. But look at that big ass vessel in the back.
Wow.
Fucking awesome, bro.
Yeah, that's a pretty good clip. That I mean that's quite a clear day, isn't it?
That is really
And let me guess, when you back off the zoom, it became unresolvable.
Yeah, you wouldn't even see it probably. But it's there. And if you want to zoom in, keep zooming in more, you can get 1,000 times the zoom, 1,000,000 times zoom, and you're gonna be able to see just closer the details, the bolts and the ribbons and bolts in the chip. That's it.
Right.
You're not gonna see the bottom. The bottom is not gonna come up from the horizon. Shit.
You know who does a lot of stuff that we don't really talk about, or a lot of people don't really talk about? What's his name? Oh no, I'm drawing a blank.
God, I knew you were going to tell us.
I got it. Bobby Shafto.
Oh yes.
Bobby Shafto?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He posts a lot of stuff, like all the time.
Yeah, no, you're right. It does, but they tend to be quite sort of short and succinct videos, don't they?
Yeah. Some of his stuff is like really, really good though. Like it's really good.
Posted some recently, hasn't he? Let's try and find him. Bobby. There we go. Bobby Shafto.
Shout out to Bobby Shafto, man.
Yeah, man.
He showed one where he had an auto level on a boat, and it was like a time lapse. I'm not sure if it's a time lapse or whatever, but you can see a boat off in the distance, and the crosshairs it's like crosses are well like above the boat, and as the boat comes towards the camera, The boat is now above the crosshairs, and it's a pretty big boat.
Mhm.
See,
I'm gonna speed this up 2 times the speed, like all the times speed, and see if we can get it. Because I think he's gonna be tracking this small boat now, and see if it's starting to disappear bottom up or something. What will happen? I like it.
Where is it? Oh, here it is. Let me try and post this one. Oh, got Brian Mabbitt. There's a good one.
Bobby Shafto. Will he be alright if I play a little bit of that?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm sure you would.
Let me, let me finish. Let me skip this.
Yeah,
forward
finish
a
this
little
one
bit,
first.
because this is cool. That one is just going and going, man.
By the way, I'm not really good expert in Christianity. Is accusing somebody is lying, even if he's telling true? Isn't that sin too? Can somebody explain to me?
False witness or something. I can't think what it's called, but yeah, basically, if you're not being honest, then that's a no-no.
Because Gary talking that everybody's lying, only he's right. That seems to me like a big sin.
Wow, look at that.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Look how crisp that horizon is. You don't see any. You don't see any mirage or anything.
There's a little bit of mirage I saw in the front right
Oh,
here,
very-
but still,
okay,
yeah,
yeah.
little bit
Very
here, but
slight.
still, yeah, still super clear, you know. Yeah, and that mirage, what do you want to do? You want to raise the horizon higher, or do you want to bring it lower? And why lower? If we saw a little speeding boat right in where the horizon appears to be right here, so we cannot bring it lower, you know. It's got to be there or higher. Shout out to Manuel Aviles. That's why they say, but that's a mirage, and the horizon is way lower than we see it. Well, in the let me go back to this point. So what happened in the beginning of this video? If you say the horizon is lower, how? Is this boat floating in the? Is this boat just riding in the air? You know, there's no way. You don't have that excuse in here. There's no way. The horizon ain't lower. It's right there where it appears to be. Shit. That's it. Is there a little mirage somewhere? Yeah. We can see a little distortion in the bottom of the
Right.
boat that is
And-
already missed in the whole bottom, you know?
What's cool is that small boat is somehow higher than the bigger boat.
Yeah. It's crazy, bro. That beginning.
Look at that. Look at that.
It's crazy. It's amazing.
And not just that, the boat's angular size is smaller than the bigger boats behind it.
Yeah.
And it's not disappearing bottom up.
I think it's amazing, bro. This clip. It should, somebody should clip that the first 30 seconds and just clip it and just
Right.
record.
So the smaller boat is higher than the bottom of the larger boat.
Yes. Way high.
I mean, that's a really good example. That's a good one.
Yeah. If Gary is listening, Gary, it's a curvature. It's not your magic compression.
Yeah, no magic and saving on this. Maybe the word salad. He think the word salad is saving him. He's just hanging on to the word salad, but
yeah,
I mean, he can call it what he wants. He still won't escape reality.
See, if I was to show someone this who's not in this argument and say, yeah, see what you see here, this is, this mimics a curved surface. This is why, how we know blah, 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 how we know the earth is curved, because you can clearly see that this is what a curved surface would do. And they'd be like, oh yeah, that does kind of make sense. When you got people that are been arguing this for years and years and years and trying so desperately to show you otherwise. They don't really care about this. They'll use some sort of explanation to try and explain what's going on.
Gary's lying to himself.
Gary's in the shower looking for the foreshortening. Shout out to Charlie Wells. That comment. Yeah, this is a great video clip, man. I like it. Save it to the watch later. Later.
Maybe.
No, you should.
I have an idea. How about to make a poll in the chat, and the question will be: can Gary be saved ever?
There'd be a resounding no.
Well, the more important question is why.
Oh yeah, we will do entertainment.
What's the point?
Maybe the question should be: should Gary be saved? Yes or no?
Well, he seems very confident that when he dies, he's in safe hands and everything will be fine. So let him cling to his whatever delusion.
Yeah, this
Frankly,
is a gigantic boat, bro. This is a gigantic boat.
It is a fish. Oh no!
Yeah, hey, Gary, here's for you. Yeah.
It's unresolvable.
It's a fair size, isn't it? I mean, that's a few thousand tons worth.
Right, I'm here now.
Oh, good oh. Is it time for me to go and put a film on?
Oh, Brian, hello.
Because they're scumbags here.
Can you see the picture I've just posted up from that video?
Yes, there you go.
You'll see that.
Yes.
That's I mean, actually, that's not a ship. That's a submarine. That's one of those new Russian submarines, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
I got it, Brian. Talk to us. What's going on here?
Well, ask yourselves, how far away would that ship have to be from the boat in front of it to be that far below the curve?
That's a good question.
That's a good question. Miles, a few miles away, yeah, a few miles further away.
Would it still look that big if it was, I don't know how high it is up to that part of the deck. Let's say it's 40, 50 foot from the waterline up to that deck. That boat would have to be something like 25 miles beyond this boat.
Not at all. Not at all.
Now, 25, I think, would be too far.
The size we're seeing them at.
I would say about maybe 10, 12 miles.
So would you see that ship looking more or less the same angular size as it does if it was right next to this ship, from the boat to the ship?
No, the little boat will look tiny, smaller compared to this one.
Do you think?
Yes, definitely. That's a giant, like
I mean, the problem is we don't know how big that ship is. There are two key points we need to know. A, how big the bloody thing is in the first place, and B, how far away it is. And we know neither of them.
Now, Brian, let's say that this small boat is 3 miles away, or whatever, 4 miles away, which the curvature is not taking effect in the globe. Let's think about the globe, right? So let's say this boat is still having reached that point to start getting. You had Mike in B-ball feedback.
Oh, sorry.
This boat haven't reached the point that start disappearing from the bottom up, right? Now, after that mile, we're gonna have that 8 inches, right? Now in the second mile, it's not gonna be 16 inches. It's gonna be that times that it's gonna be a fucking 8. How I was able to explain this later.
32.
Exactly. So let's say, let's say we're not gonna start counting 80. I mean, how do I explain this?
So let's say that boat has got to be at least 10 miles past this little tug.
I don't think so. No, it could be 2 or 3 miles only. 2 or 3 miles further away, Brian. What? And it would drop a few hundred feet because the curvature is not starting from the 8 miles in this point. The curvature, wait, Brian. the curvature already started dropping 8 inches per mile square. So this boat, if it's 15 miles away from me, is the 8 inches per mile square. So do that math per 15 miles, right? But then this boat, you do the math per 3 miles, right?
Hello?
You're not going now. You want to do the math from this boat, which is this is let's say it's 5 miles difference between this boat and this boat. You're not going to do the math only for 5 miles. You cannot do that and take that the drop is just so slight. It's going to be for 15 miles away. So the curvature starts in the beginning and end in this boat. The curvature doesn't start in this boat and end in this boat. So it's not a little curvature, it's a lot of curvature because the math is done from the beginning until the end. I don't know how to explain it. I'll try to process that for another day. But I hope you understand where I'm coming from. Anyway, you're not gonna, but go ahead.
How they've faked it, I don't know.
It's not faking.
What?
It's reality.
It must be fake. That boat should be tiny compared to the one in the foreground. At that distance, to lose that height.
No, the distance that matters is the distance between the observer and the ship, not the little boat and the ship.
We're using from the tug to that boat.
Well, that's probably not that far at all.
Brian, how come it can't just be curvature?
None of the tug is gone over the curve.
How come it can't just be curvature, Brian?
From that tug to that ship must be at least 12 to 15 miles.
No. I bet it's no more than 2 or 3.
The tug would look bigger than the ship.
No, it wouldn't.
It is faked.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Just let Brian believe it's fake.
This is classic Brian Nabbit. Everything has to be fucking No, don't start all your spiel again, please.
It's so damning.
Let me hear Farmers Boy 1 second, then Brian, you go after Farmers.
But I was going to say, please don't start your spiel. I know you're going to go through it, but because it shatters your delusion, therefore it must be fake. I mean, we've just shown a bit of film. Well, a bit of film. I mean, it went on for quite a few minutes, didn't it? And you think that's fake because it's clearly showing the effects of curvature of the Earth. Therefore, it must be fake. I mean, that's fucking weak, Brian. I'm sorry.
Look at this type of vessel. Look, how many helicopters can you park? And look at how small this look. And look, I mean,
and that's only that little aircraft carrier is only a little one. You sit that next to one of the big American ones. My God, they're fucking huge.
So this little boat is less than half of a helicopter. It's probably a tire big. These helicopters are fucking huge. The Blackhawks or whatever. That little boat is just a tiny like this, like whatever this little mark. I mean, somewhere around here, it should be really small. So is it gonna be like size like this? Yeah, it's a lot smaller.
The distance that matters is between the observer and the large ship. The distance between the smaller boat in front and the large ship is pretty much immaterial. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
If we could
the effects of curvature relies on the distance from the observer to the ship.
Brian, if we could see all the way to the bottom of that large ship, would it then be fake?
This other picture I've just posted has exactly the same problems.
No, it doesn't. It's not a problem at all. That's exactly
Brian.
what we expect to see.
Below what you believe to be the horizon, a curve, that it would have to be dozens of miles away from the ship in the foreground that isn't over the horizon. Got to be, yet you can even read the fucking names on the fucking containers. This fake.
Oh God, Brian, I have the same example. Look, this is an example of the same effect.
Now look,
Brian.
Now
here's an example of the same effect.
Look at the oil rigs there. They're not oil rigs. That's the fucking. This is faked as well.
Oh,
Brian, I took this picture myself.
He took this picture, Brian.
It's fake, no, because Brian won't accept it.
This
Brian can't accept it, so it must be fake.
Because it is too large.
What's too large?
It is too large.
What is too
Why?
What's too large?
The distance it would have to be away to have dropped that amount.
It's 17 miles away, Brian. Wait, I'm not sure what you're looking at.
You're clever fucking people. These
Cleverer
are
than you, surely, yeah.
to keep you in their fantasy.
Everybody's just faking
Here we
photos now.
go.
Everyone just
Here
faking
we go.
pictures for flat earthers, Brian.
These
Brian,
should
Brian,
be
those buildings.
12 or 15 fucking miles
So,
away.
Brian,
So it's one of the two. Hold on, everyone. It's one of two, Brian. It's either we're faking pictures or the atmosphere is creating some kind of magnification and make it look bigger. Which one it is?
It's ridiculous.
Which one is it, Brian? Is it the atmosphere making it look bigger or is it fake pictures?
Don't fall for their nonsense. It's
Brian, my question. It's an easy question, Brian. He said you're implying that it cannot be this because it's too big. So you think the atmosphere is making it look bigger?
The one I posted, though, you should not be able to read the fucking writing on them containers. If it was the distance it needed to be away to have dropped the amount that it's dropped.
Can you read them
Which
now?
is
Or you can't really
100
read them.
feet in a
I
fucking
cannot read it. I see a blur. There's no reading on these ones. There's just a blur.
These are coming up with some deceptions that are.
Brian, can you read this? What the fuck?
Oh, dude.
Nobody can read this.
These
I can't
are
read it.
like professional fucking video editors. They know how to deceive you. They're all
Brian, you could go out. The
Now,
cool
if you
thing is that Brian, you could.
posted, which is a live video feed.
We want to know what this says.
Okay.
How small
Ask Brian, what does it say here?
gets
What letters
when
are these?
it does go into the horizon.
Brian, we need to know what does it say here. What's the writing? We need to know the writing of this. You say we can read it.
Watch this one again.
The one you posted.
Brian, what's crazy is that we have 3 different sources showing the same effect.
We can kind of read the big one. We can kind of read the big one, but not this one.
That low beyond your curve, it must be fucking dozens of miles away.
Okay, let's say it's dozens of miles away. You say we can read it.
To see them compared to a boat that hadn't gone over the horizon.
But do you want to retract the point that you made that we can read what it says? Because we can't. Look, nobody can read this. This is a mess of blur.
You know what I mean? You wouldn't even see the fucking boat, let alone the fucking writing on the side.
That's why that's the magic of cameras, the magnification, that we can magnify and we can see bigger.
Then it would have magnified the one in the foreground as well.
You can magnify what?
Then it would have magnified the one in the foreground that hadn't gone over the horizon.
Why not?
The
Not even sure what you're talking about.
That only happened in La La Land, Brian. What you are explaining happens in La La Land. This is reality.
Why not?
This is reality, Brian.
Boat in the foreground, it should have been minute.
What the hell?
Angular size reduces at distance. You all know that.
Everybody,
Yeah,
ladies
we know
and
that,
gentlemen, Brian is angry because of this picture. Brian is angry because of this image right here. Go ahead.
It's you lot that are feeding your own fantasy.
He lost his shit. He lost it with this one.
Jose, I figured out what's fake here.
What?
It's Brian.
Ridiculous.
Brian's fake.
Damn, Brian.
I
You
get-
lost it with this one, bro.
But
Some
also,
people say-
I get what
Brian is fake.
I get what Brian. I mean, the fake claim is a bit weird, but I get what Brian's saying about. Well, hang about that boat in the foreground looks like it should be the same size next to the boat in the background almost. But what he's missing is perspective is a function of distance. So if the boat in the foreground is 6 miles away on the horizon, and the boat in the background is 8 miles away, that function of distance means that the scale of the ship in the background only has to be 1/3 smaller than it actually is, which actually does make it reality.
Then it would only have lost what? How many miles did you say? 3 miles.
Well, call the ship in the background 2 miles further away, and the ship in the foreground is 5 miles.
Then it would only have lost 2 miles. You'd only lose 32 inches of the boat.
So, Brian, here's probably the easiest way to think about it.
Half of the
If you see it, you can see it on a globe because you're seeing it on a globe.
To lose that much,
Now you have to just figure out how.
12, 15 miles away.
Yeah, so the
Brian, what do you
smaller
think
boat is
about-
probably The smaller boat is probably only about 3 or 4 miles away.
Brian, you interrupted people. You interrupted people, Brian. You interrupted again.
The smaller boat is probably only about 3 or 4 miles
Brian, you
away.
interrupted again.
Don't let these people deceive.
Brian, you interrupted again.
No, we weren't talking.
Go ahead, Beeble. Yeah, he was talking.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead, Beeble. Yes, we can hear you.
So the smaller boat is probably only 3 or 4 miles away. That bigger boat is probably about maybe 10, 12, even at the most 15 miles away.
If we could find out what boat it is and its dimensions, we could do a rough calculation as to how much it's gone over the curve
I bet.
from the water.
You know what I think? I think StingRay could model this, and it would look exactly like we're seeing.
Of course, he'd make it look how he wanted it to. That's what.
No,
you do.
it's not about making it look. It's about
using the sizes
modeling
and the
yeah,
distances.
Exactly. Yeah.
The
Using the
boat
sizes and
being
the
minute compared to the one in the foreground.
Yeah, so Brian, I think if I got the dimensions of that boat in the background, it looks like a naval support vessel, and then the one in the foreground, which is only like less than 30 foot long. I think now, looking at that previous photo that everybody was looking at, the horizon is more like 7 miles away because it's quite an elevated position, or maybe even further, because it's a crop of an image as well, so it's quite low resolution. It's not the full image, but it would actually match the curvature of the Earth. I've done this many times.
Brian, we can read it now.
You're not understanding what I'm saying, Steve.
We can read it now, Brian. Look.
If
See?
that boat has dropped by that amount from the boat in the foreground, it has to be dozens of miles beyond that boat in the foreground.
We agree.
Yes, agree.
Then it would be smaller, wouldn't it?
It is
How
a lot
much
smaller than it would be on the same place as that foreground vessel. You are aware that that foreground vessel is about 19 foot long, and the background vessel is probably about hundreds of feet long, right? We understand this, right?
We're not seeing the foreground boat side on, though.
I'm pretty sure that doesn't alter the fact it's still about 19 foot long.
No, it does. If you tip something sideways to you, it looks fucking shorter.
Can I enter a little bit? Brian, it's the same as when you zoom at the moon and you have a person standing between.
You see
Brian, Lobo was talking in the middle of the sentence.
You may find a picture of people standing with the zoom moon and the moon. It's the same thing. The boat behind is just very, very big, you know? When you zoom in, the effect of losing angular size, it doesn't get so smaller. Even your angular size argument doesn't stand up against the sun getting further in the distance. You are contradicting yourself right now.
You'll see it, and you'll realize that these people lie to you every day of your life.
Yeah, fraudsters lie to you every day. Man, you don't realize it, but they lie to you.
Do you think Beeble is manipulating pictures like this picture Beeble took? Do you think it's manipulation?
No, not him. He isn't clever enough to do it.
Oh,
Well,
God. I'm not clever enough. Damn it.
This takes some sophisticated fucking, because they've got 2 sea lines here.
Wait a minute. Am I clever enough to do it, Brian? Please say yes. Please say yes.
No, you're not.
Beeble took this picture, so that means this is reality, of course, and it's the same effect. You know, we're missing the bottom of those buildings.
It is not reality, Jose.
So how did he do it? How did he do it?
This is a screenshot from a video.
Should be minute at 15 miles away.
How did he do it?
It's not a boat. Brian, that's not a boat. Those are buildings.
In the foreground.
So it's not. If it's not reality, what is it?
It's fake.
So how did he fake it? So Beeble is faking pictures now. Beeble took this picture and he faked it somehow.
People did not take that picture.
Beeble took. This is a screenshot from a video. You can hear him talking when he takes these videos. You can see him in the camera. You can see him and he took a screenshot. He paused. Screenshot. This is a footage from Beeble taken by himself.
That is physically impossible.
In the upper left-hand corner, that's the building that is in the background.
Taller than the one in the fucking foreground. That itself tells you it's a fake.
Oh, God.
You're right.
You can literally
Brian,
go
you're not
to
listening
Hawaii
what this is.
picture.
Brian, you're not listening. Do you think this is a boat? Do you think this is a boat, Brian? Hold
I
on.
do
Hold
not
on.
care.
Brian, listen. Brian, listen, please. Brian, listen. This is not a boat. For fuck's sake, this is not a boat.
Bullshit going.
This is not a boat, Brian. It's not a boat.
Nonsense.
You're going Boats are with buildings. something. You're going with your brain. You're arguing against yourself. This is not a boat, Brian.
You'll get it.
This is not a boat.
Not a boat.
But you'll get it.
But this is not a boat.
Not just me. They're lying to you as well.
Brian, this is not a boat.
Backing up their
He
bullshit.
muted everybody.
It's been
Brian.
photoshipped. It's been photoshipped. Brian still thinks it's a boat, even though we told him 75 times. It's not a boat.
Here's that boat you're talking about, Brian.
So have we got dropped then? Or have we got a hump?
In front of what? This boat, Brian?
Does
This...
it go behind a hump? Or do
what? What? Does what go behind a hump or a drop? Does what object?
That boat that you're looking
This
at?
is not a boat!
Is that going behind a hump?
This is a boat in right. This is not a boat on the left. This circling is not a boat on the left. It's a boat on the right. It's not a boat.
You know what else is interesting about this picture is that there's a lot of things we don't see that are actually closer to me than the actual buildings that we should see if the Earth was flat.
This is those objects, Brian. This is the objects. These buildings with the smokestacks. This is.
There's
the
a good amount. There is a. If I fake this, then you know who else faked it the same exact way? BM Furball, because he took the same picture of the same buildings.
So that isn't a boat.
We've been saying that the whole time, Brian. You weren't listening.
You said it was a boat.
No, I didn't. We never said that. If you would have stopped and listened, I'm telling you it wasn't a boat.
Oh man, cutting edge.
The only person who said it was a boat, Brian, was you.
No, I said it was an oil rig to start with, and somebody
oil
said,
rig.
no, it's a boat.
Well,
No,
exactly.
you
But
said it
no,
was a
we
boat.
didn't say it was a boat.
I think the one on the left looks more like an oil platform.
Well, it's not.
It's not.
That's what I said it was, and then somebody, I don't know who did say it.
No, you did first say it was a rig, and then later on you just assumed it was a boat.
And then you didn't want to stop to clarify.
Yeah, whatever.
You didn't want to be quiet to try and clarify what it was. You just kept going on with it being a boat.
Yeah, we just say it wasn't an oil rig.
In fact, it was you that said it wasn't a fucking oil rig, it was a boat.
Exactly. No, it's not an oil rig. It's not an oil rig. We didn't say it was a boat. We say it wasn't an oil rig. That doesn't imply that it's a boat. It's not an oil rig. It's a building on land with powers like stacks or whatever, smoke towers or whatever it is.
Brian, but you were right in one thing. It's physically impossible on flat Earth.
It is physically impossible.
What's physically
on
impossible?
flat Earth. To this observation.
This picture.
This observation.
Or this picture.
All the
or
pictures.
This big, yeah. Or this. Did you see, Brian? We were able to read it. The lettering, the writing. Look, if we zoom in, we start moving. Brian is a Muppet. What do you think, man? Did this for you? This somebody is onto you.
They're so nice.
It's very
They
nice.
are. They're good, aren't they?
Yeah, very good. They're messing with you, Brian. Now they wanna just make fun of you because you're bringing us down to reality too fast, too hard, and we cannot take it. We gotta get it through our thick skulls. Well, you gotta tell us about it. I have fun, man. It's good shit. I wonder what Chris Berry would think about this video, this clip. I'm gonna show you the video clip on the beginning of this, Chris Berry, if you didn't see it.
It could be cool to find out what's the boat actually.
Oh, here,
Find
I
out
found the.
How much is it?
See. Come on. Yeah, here we go. Where is.
All right, Chris Berry, you watching? This is for you. The first 30 seconds of the video. There we go. Well, well, well. Look at that. I laughed too hard, and I got a Brian logic in my throat now. I got a nautical moil in my throat now.
I had put another a video from Bobby Shafto in the chat earlier.
Cool.
You want to check out that one?
Yeah. I never played that one. Let me see. Bobby Shafter.
Chat 50 minutes past the hour.
Oh, bugger, I thought I'd found the ship. No, you didn't.
So you can see that the boat is below those crosshairs.
Mm-hmm. Big time. Yeah, this is nice. Super sped up and kind of tracking. Now it's coming up to the crosshair. I mean, it's getting.
So if it was on a flat surface, this wouldn't happen because the crosshairs would remain at a specific point on the boat and never move. Unless it's some sort of elevation change or a flat surface.
But you
The
have
water
the guy pointing at this. The guy holding this camera with this crosshair is moving it so slightly below. That's what Brian would say. He's just manipulating it for you to believe what they want you to
Right.
believe.
Those crosshairs are at eye level, however high above the water they are. Probably not that high.
What cross?
I don't think Brian will ever understand this.
What crosshairs?
The crosshairs in the video we're watching.
As I said.
Which video you watching?
My screen
you
share.
gotta click on
the
his
one
screen share.
The one I'm sharing. I'm gonna post the video link again in the Daily Boom live.
He's using an auto level. He probably has like a mount for a camera on the end of his auto level or something.
What are we looking at?
Do you see the crosshairs, Brian?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So the crosshairs are leveled.
How do we know that?
Okay, we can roughly assume that they're leveled.
No, we can't unless
But
we can prove that they're
so
level.
why would you think he would put them there and them not be leveled? That's the point of the video.
Well,
if that's at eye level, right? How is that boat appearing below eye level?
it's two images. Look, there's one here, and that there is double imaged.
I want to know what are you talking about? I'm looking at. Are you not watching the screen share?
I'm watching the stream.
What do you mean two images?
They've overlaid one image onto the other.
No, he's looking through an auto level.
No, this could just be a mask that they've stuck on the picture.
It's not. It's a video. It's a video, bro, not a picture.
Every minute of every day.
I would like to see what you're looking at, Brian, because I mean, let me see. Is he looking at screen share?
That bow wave does not look representative of a proper bow wave.
Yeah, Brian Mabbott is watching. Yeah, you're watching my stream, so I don't know why you.
The bow wave is wait, now the bow wave is fake. What's going on here?
It doesn't look. It doesn't look kosher. No.
You're grasping at straws here, man. Clearly,
No, we're
grasping.
not. This is how we break their bullshit down.
How should they look then, Brian?
Well, normally it pushes water ahead of it.
I think that's what it's. So I think that's what it's doing. If you look closely, it's pushing the water.
It
Head of
doesn't.
it. See that little white cap right there in the bottom? It looks like it's pushing water.
Yeah, look,
so-
it's gone now. Look, that's suspect to me. Look at this line under. Look at the line underneath that. Look, that there
Okay.
is fake.
Oh,
That
okay.
line is fake.
Okay, so can you go ahead and so Brian, this is what I want you to do. Go find a
Don't
video
want
of
people because they
go
are keeping you in their deception, and they are coming up with all this absolute nonsense to keep you there. This is a
Brian, go ahead and find a
through an
video that's not
You
fake.
couldn't get this quality through an auto level.
Brian,
This
go
is a
find a video.
This is an overlay.
What do you mean? I got a nice decent quality video through an auto level. What are you talking about?
You can't get this quality.
I got a decent quality video through an auto level. And it was just using my phone. Let's see. If
Instead
I
of
can that.
instead of blaming that everybody's lying to you,
Cannot prove that
maybe
that is level. That could be
Well-
pointing up or down. You do not know.
Brian, why don't you do this kind of experiment? Instead of blaming everybody's lying,
If it was pointed up, as he panned,
Done for a few years now.
Brian, if he was,
He's not listening.
Thousands and thousands of these fucking observations
is in his rant
Preaching
mode.
prove there is no
Yeah.
curve.
Rant mode.
Thing we're living on.
Brian, I want you to listen to this, Brian. We got a PayPal donation by Mr. Malord, $15. Thank you, Mr. Malord. And he say, forget flat Earth. Subscribe to West Side Girl Reacts. Jose subscribers get to pick a song. This is West Side Girl Reacts channel, and I posted a link in the YouTube chat box. Subscribe to West Side Girl Reacts. Let's go bombard her on her later on bombard her on the comment section on the latest videos.
I
or
missed it again
shorts.
today. Oh.
Yeah, let's comment and subscribe. And I said, all right, react to this song or that song or this song. Jose sent me, and she should react to one of those songs. So thank you, Mr. Malo, for the support. Appreciate it.
check it out.
Another song you should check out, Spaghetti-O.
Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O.
Tiny Captain has been a nautical officer for over 23 years now. That to me looks like a sped up, unedited film of an approaching ship through an auto level. That's all. A sped up, unedited film of an approaching ship through an auto level.
Yep, that's what it looks like to me.
What did he say? It looks like.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to everybody.
Yeah, well, that's what it's meant to look like. That's what they've made it look like.
Oh, fuck's sake.
That means, and I think I've just picked something up.
Well, what you pick up?
Watch. Hold on.
You-
Let
The clap.
me just watch
Picked
it.
up the lie. Picked up the lie now.
Let
The
me just watch
manipulation.
it. They may not have noticed it. Hold on.
I'm still looking for that bloody shit from the first video. I found all sorts, but I can't find that one.
Maybe some kind of research ship, or maybe a repair ship. It's got a
It's-
crane there, no?
Well, it's some sort of what they call a fleet auxiliary ship, a support ship. But I'm assuming it's US Navy. But I'm buggered if I can find
Well, what did you say, Brian?
one with that configuration.
Some of the boats sail leeward, and some are sailing windward. These have
And
got
that
their
means
sails.
what?
These have got their sails to the right, and some of them have got their sails to the left.
Well, did you see this one, right? How it changed? The wind just changed. Look, in real time. Look at this one coming from the right. Look at it. This one. Look at it. Whoa, and the wind just
There's
changed.
one coming from the left now, with the wind coming from the left. What?
Yeah, it's got the engine.
That one's from the left.
Oh, that's sneaky. That is having an engine.
I love it.
There you go. That one there. Look.
let's see that one.
Okay, we know it's fake now.
No,
Sorry.
you just
You're
want
awesome,
it to
Brian.
be fake.
You're awesome, bro. You're awesome.
No, it's not
Sorry.
one of those.
It's magnificent how you can say shit is fake because it doesn't conform with your reality in your brain.
Look
Well,
at
that's
the,
why they say space is fake, because it has to be.
look at the bow wave, and you'll see a straight line underneath the bow wave. That is two videos overlaid over one another.
Okay.
As it gets closer to shore, and you can actually see two different colours of water. Look,
Yeah, we see that all the time in the ocean.
He doesn't go to the ocean much.
And look what appears underneath the bow. Look.
Fake, it's fake.
Sun's coming from the right. There's no shadow on the left, which there should be. Now, this is how you pick it up.
There should be.
Look, now we've got this straight line, look, straight under the bow.
Brian, can I show you an unedited, unmanipulated video?
It's the shadow of the water.
Fake as fuck.
But can I show you an unedited, unmanipulated video, like a raw video footage or something? Do you think that's possible for me to show you that?
You can try.
Okay. Let me go right here to my channel and my screen share. We go to my videos, and the first video that I ever uploaded on this channel, if we scroll all the way down, it is this video right here. My first video uploaded in this channel, taken by me with the P900 in Galveston, Texas. This is my video, unmanipulated, raw, without any cuts. I did it 360 so you can see where we were, where I were.
Fake.
My other half, right? And now I start zooming in, and then we got all kinds of goodies. I'm just gonna skip forward a little bit when we start seeing things that are cut halfway or whatever. Well, I got so many loading now. There you go, and more. We got in this video is so much goodies. I had a shitty tripod, so it was very windy also, so I had a lot of shakiness. But yeah, in this video, it's a lot of good stuff. You see, and we got this type of big ass. There's all kinds of vessels and cargo ships. Some really close, some really far, some halfway.
Where was this?
In Galveston, Texas.
Galveston.
Uploaded 4 years ago. The latitude and longitude is here in this video. I'm going to share the link so you can see where I was.
Yeah, I remember this one very well.
Yeah. I have shared it a few times, but...
Oh yeah, we've looked at that quite a few times.
But yeah, it's really cool footage that I took over there. But there's a point over here, this one boat. I start tracking it when I catch it somewhere, and then we start losing, and it loses more and more from the bottom up. And this is raw and edited, so you're on time, just too long. Let me...
Well, sorry, Jose, clearly that's fake. You faked it, the whole thing.
It's gotta be fake.
Because reasons.
No, then this boat, I start catching it since a lot earlier, and we start missing more and more and more. I don't know if this one or something.
But when are you going to zoom in so we can see the bottom of the boat? Come back into view.
Well, this is my top magnification, 80 times zoom. I didn't do any digital zoom. I did the optical maximum zoom, so we don't.
That's with the Geron, isn't it?
Yeah, with the Geron, with the P900. It's not this one. I got the other video that I uploaded that I'm tracking one boat that is disappearing bottom up better. But still, this is still a cool video. There is a lot of stuff to look at still missing bottom up. And I took this video. If you want to say whenever you see it on your own time, you can say I faked it. And I just will know. I just want to hear that somebody tell me that I faked this video somehow when I just stood in there with a cheap tripod, zoomed in, and start panning around and looking at shit for 13 minutes. Shout out to Brandon Cook. Boom chakalaka. Haven't seen you in a while, man. Welcome back. Shout out to No Thanks.
Was clever. Hey Brian, is Jose clever enough to fake this footage?
You think I'm? Yeah, I don't know, man. Because I know this is in a. Oops. This isn't a thing like standing in the. I don't know if what this is. If it's just the bottom of a boat or what the fuck is this? Or just the top of a boat like that? Is it like a little circle with this tower in it floating around? I don't know. It's weird. It's not the clearest because I look. This one is behind. That's a shitty tripod, man. Well, I got more, I got more in my SD cards because I had a lot of these good observations in my previous channel where I got taken down. And I got it just upload and just raw like that without any trying to clip in or add or delete anything. I'm just gonna just upload them raw like that. Maybe I'll edit it later and I'll upload the edited version, but I will have the raw versions like this one uploaded. Yep. Good times.
So
No,
what do you
thanks
think,
for
Brian?
anything about all this. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to ask Brian if did you think Jose faked those videos?
I think Brian was saying that it is possible to superimpose and fake a photo using, putting a auto level image over top of a video.
I don't doubt that is. I don't doubt that's. Yeah, we agree. But
Possible.
now you gotta claim that that's what's happening, or prove that you have to prove that what you're saying is actually happening.
I would just like to claim that everybody lies. Everybody's a liar. Like Gary, same thing. Claims everybody lies.
I mean, it is possible. I mean, it is possible. It's done with a, it's done on, in airplanes. They superimpose a fake, pretty much an auto level over top of an image and claim that that's an actual auto level.
Yeah, but you can go to the plane and do it yourself.
That's the beauty of it.
You sure could. You could get yourself an auto level, go out to the ocean somewhere, and you could make these same videos just like this.
Yeah, sure.
I guarantee you'll probably get the same effect.
Yeah, right. And I mean, I don't know, maybe, right? But I haven't done that on an airplane or whatever, but or have an auto level. But I mean, that's what I would expect to see. I would expect to see what you guys saw. You think it's Earth curve? I think it's just the image compression and that's it.
Image compression. What do you mean compression?
I just think that the
quality
objects are getting.
what?
I just see the objects getting smaller in the distance, and we're projecting this, this grid where we're standing.
But why are they getting lower? We understand they're getting smaller, but why are they getting lower than the objects in the foreground?
You're seeing more of the sky now.
Yeah, but let's say in terms of a hallway, right? Why would something appear to be sinking into the floor down a hallway?
But not actually. You mean so with the auto level in a hallway, the object remains at the mark?
Yes, it should remain at a specific height above the ground.
Yeah, but you're saying like in reality, people with an auto level in a hallway, they can the top of somebody's head will stay at that mark.
Yes, exactly.
All right, but in that video, it didn't.
No, it doesn't.
Right, that's what you're pointing out.
Yeah.
You got it.
Well, and just one simple thing in a hallway, that's not nearly as long of a distance, and in a hallway, you're not capturing more in your field of view. You're limited to just that small hallway. It's not like it's an open hallway.
Right. But okay, so remember this picture right here? Go ahead, pull it up, Jose.
Which
picture
one?
of the hallway.
Okay, I'm on it. Browsing something else while you guys.
You would have to believe that as this boat went farther away from you down this hallway, it would drop below the black line.
No, there's in the hallway. There's no waves or anything moving at the surface. It's just sitting there.
Yeah, but it would stay at the same height, right? it would might jump around, about bounce around a little bit, but as it went further, it would still remain right at that same point.
If it was on the
Because the water,
same, if it was on the same
the
horizontal.
water is.
What?
Go ahead.
If it was on the same horizontal, right? And if it was in the same like field of view, with the how much you're able to get inside of that lens. Like, this is just a hallway. It doesn't get any bigger.
So let's think of the floor as the water, right? And there's a boat moving away from you. There's a mast on that boat that's roughly about the height of that black line. What you're saying, or what you're trying to claim, is that as this moves away, the part of that boat or the mast would drop below that black line.
Yeah, well, I mean, it would happen, with waves and swells. Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Like, would it drop significantly?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I'm looking at this screen right now, and it's like a centimeter, like at the end of the hallway, if I put a ruler on it. So yeah, like one little drop would be significant. Yeah.
So do you think that
if you rotate this picture 90 degrees or 180 degrees, it still follows the rules of perspective. The perspective, as you, flat earthers, say that it doesn't follow anything.
I didn't say anything. What do you mean? I didn't say anything like that.
Well, you say that it disappeared from bottom up.
Oh, a boat will disappear from the bottom. Will disappear from the bottom up because water is not flat. Yeah.
But you see the door at the end of the hallway. Does it disappear bottom up?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, well, you can't. Of course, you can't tell because you can't really see the door, so you can't say that it's disappearing from the bottom up. But again, so
it's there.
Let's say that black line is 5 feet above the water. The floor is the water. The black line is about 5 feet.
Right.
Right. So let's say a part of that boat is 10 feet high. What I would expect over a curved surface is that 10-foot high part on the boat would drop below the black line, which is 5 feet.
Yeah, sure. Okay. On a curved surface, yeah, it would happen.
On a flat surface, I would expect that 5-foot part of the boat to remain roughly the same elevation as the 5-foot line on the wall.
Yeah, and that would happen down a flat hallway. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, that's what we should see over the ocean, because apparently the ocean is supposed to have no curvature.
It has waves and it has swells and
yeah, we agree. I agree. But it's not to the point where eventually it would start dropping lower and lower and lower.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, a swell can be like 2-3 football fields wide. I mean, and it can be. I mean, it's amazing,
but
right?
Eventually the swell dissipates, though, right? Kind of dissipates.
Maybe. Not very quickly, right? But I mean, just in general, I mean, so it could be a few football fields wide, and then half the height of the boat. I mean, it's pretty cool, like just to have water, right? You're like sitting inside of a pond, inside of the ocean. It's kind of with nothing holding the walls back. It's pretty amazing.
I've never seen that, but anyway, so again, we got the black line is a specific height above the water, and what you're saying is that over time, over a flat surface, which is the water, right? Which a lot of flat earthers say, the top part of the boat would drop below that black line.
Well, I mean,
that is clearly a. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I thought you were done.
I was saying that clearly goes against what we see in perspective.
Yeah, perspective is like a drawing, like on a piece of paper or in a picture, sitting still. I mean, that's like perspective. It's in a picture, right? Like I wouldn't. I don't expect like that floor in the picture right now is not actually rising. It looks like it's rising. It's not actually rising. That's perspective in a picture.
But this is supposedly happening over water, according to flat earthers. They,
Yeah, it
how they
happens
show the
I mean, it
perspective
happens every.
lines, and they
Yeah,
show the water, and they show perspective, and they show the sun in the top left corner going away, all that stuff.
it
But what we
happens
see in
everywhere.
reality,
Yeah, for
yeah,
everybody.
but what we see in reality is that we see things drop below the black line. That shouldn't happen over a flat surface, because then we're talking about some sort of over this in this hallway. It would be the thing would be getting shorter because it'd be getting closer to the floor.
Yeah, we don't have black line like we don't have a black line that goes all the way out. I know
Right, but what
we're
we
pretending.
have elevation above the water, which that would what I'm trying to represent here. That
I
represents
know,
an
but
elevation
I know
above
we're
the water.
pretending that like an auto level where I'm standing, that black line is somewhere out in the distance, like 20 miles
That's
away.
your eye level. That's your eye level.
Yeah, I know we're imagining that line will stay the same, like out in the distance, right? But that little skinny line in front of me, like I can block a house with my finger from right here. So imagine that
Yeah,
little black line.
that means that means your finger is above the level of your eye. That's what that means.
Whatever, the whole house I can block out.
Yeah, that means that you're putting your hand above the level of your eye.
Yeah, so that we have this little black line on an auto level blocking things off and saying, or dropping below or above, and saying that black line is the same width miles away.
I bet if we put an auto level in this hallway, it would probably be around the same elevation of that black line.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Right, we're assuming a ratio, like we're assuming a man-made ratio of like a 1-to-100 ratio of an auto level that's used, with 50 feet, or whatever, 100 feet, practically, right? And we're assuming that man-made ratio of 1-to-100 is real and represents reality, right? But then as you go further and further in distance, that ratio breaks down, and who knows?
Over a flat surface, though, does it? If it's 5 feet here, it should be 5 feet down at the end and continue on, and nothing should change.
Welcome to
I
the
think you
Globe
dropped
Cult,
out.
Brian Mavitt.
Yeah, I
Welcome to
think
the
you
Globe
dropped out.
Cult. Yeah, maybe.
All right,
Shout out to
I gotta
everybody
get going.
watching. You gotta get out of here, man.
I think so. It's about that time, man. I can't. I got stuff I gotta do. I'm so glad I woke up and you were online. I was like, oh shit! I jumped on real quick and I
That's good. Awesome.
saw Gary.
It was good, kind of late-ish. So it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Where is everybody? StingRay. He's muted.
Yeah, I've been on for over 2 hours. I'm about to wrap it up. I'm really hungry, and I got some food because I was broke. As I was telling earlier, I didn't have like enough cheap cigars I buy or any drinks. But with the favor I did to that lady with the mattress, she actually paid me with food. So I work for bananas. It's like that saying, because she was working in the food bank where I used to help out, and she got a bunch of groceries for her. But then they donated a brand new mattress from, I think, Target or something like that, and she wanted it, so they delivered the mattress, and she came to pick me up so I can help her to unload it from the truck and bring it to her house. And for making it a favor, she gave me like all the free food she had, but she had a bunch, like giant chicken enchilada, like frozen for baking. She had She had a bunch of fruits and vegetables, bread, croissants. She had a gallon of tea, a couple of cranberry and lemonade juice. It's like a couple stuff, good stuff. So yeah, it's good food, good food. I bless her helping her, and she blessed me for the food she gave me for the next few days. I don't get paid till Friday. I'm not gonna get paid a lot. It was like a few hours because I worked two 4-hour shifts last week. So this one I'm gonna pay this Friday. Now next week it's still less because it's like 20-ish hours what I'm working, but the start is good. It's something, man.
Nice.
Oh, every Friday. I like that I get paid every Friday.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. Looking forward for it, man.
Yeah, can't beat getting paid weekly.
You can't. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I know that every Thursday, bomb, that amount goes into the bank account. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, Devil, the economy is so screwed up that we're going to the barter system, bartering, exchanging favors for food and goodies and stuff. Yeah, I like that.
Who said
But
do
I
you
was
still have
blessed.
the soundboard set up?
I'm sorry?
You said do you have soundboard set up?
If
On the
I have
Discord.
You have a soundboard. Yeah, the little soundboard thing. Let me see if I can.
That one.
Level is a straight line on a horizontal plane.
Shut up, Bev.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you can also download Jack's voice. When Gary will talk too much, you just say something in Jack's voice and then Gary will stop.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no music.
Oh.
Where did that came from? Where did that come from?
Oh.
Oh, that was I'm clicking. So when you click on it, it shows you. I guess you get the same. You get everybody in Discord who has things uploaded onto their soundboard. You can play it from any different from any server.
Okay.
So that was from on the level
different
server.
Okay. All right. Nice.
Let me see what else he has. Hold on.
Wow, it's so. Oh my
God.
God.
Really?
Wow, it's so.
Oh my god.
What the heck?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Puppy.
What the fuck?
Not good.
Get the Jack's sound. Get the Jack's voice from the streams. Next time Gary will talk too much, just bring Jack's voice up.
Let me see.
Could be worth a go,
Doesn't
hasn't
follow
it?
logically, but that's something we can agree.
All right, let me show this image. Brian Mabbett is going. Brian Mabbett, if you are listening, I got my image up. This image I took it last time I went to Puerto Rico, a few years ago, whatever. Over a year ago, yeah. And the last time I did a little recording with the Dioptra app, and then when I got a 00, pause and I screenshot it. This is the screenshot, and I say that the crosshair is way above the clouds. The clouds. Now, Brian Mabbett did. He said, Houston, we have a problem. He just got a screenshot and he threw this red line as for it doesn't curve. But I wasn't showing that it's curving. I was showing that the crosshair is above the clouds when it's right on 0. It's not above, it's not below, it's right on 0. Both
Sounds
sides.
like he's
It's not tilted.
lying.
Yep. So you put a big thick red line as to block the missing. You put a thick red line to block the missing spacing between the crosshair and the horizon, and you're pointing at the straightness of the horizon. Go ahead. Sorry.
What do you think that crosshair's giving you then?
His crosshair is showing me that the horizon is dropping below the eye level. The straight 0 is above that horizon line. It's way above. And if you put this in distance of how high we are, about 35,000 feet, I think, 35,000 plus feet.
Not on the left, it's not.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, it's curving.
Not on the left, it's not.
It's not what?
It's
It
not.
is.
It's
Same.
not below it.
If you remove the clouds, where would the water be?
Way off in the distance.
No, way down there.
Much higher.
Yep. Look at the
higher.
You sure about that? Because I don't see the
If you
water.
removed all the clouds and all the atmosphere, you would see the water probably, I don't know.
No, you clearly don't.
There's many examples of this where you can see the crosses are clearly above the horizon.
Yeah.
Clearly.
So Brian threw and squashed the image. I mean, no, this Tiny Captain helped him with the red line. So this is me. This is Brian take on it, and now we squash the image that Brian took, and yeah, it's the curve. It's like curve in there. Yeah, it looks like a little tilted somewhere in here, some reason.
Yeah, because the atmosphere, yeah, and clouds.
But exactly, the atmosphere, the cloud, but still it's way below the crosshair, below the eye level.
And it all depends where the sun is. Where's the sun say this? Where does it say the sun is here?
In the right hand side, look at the shadow of. This is a shadow in here.
It says 46 degrees.
Did you take this through the window of the plane? Did you?
Yes, of course.
He's not
I wasn't in the
outside, is
wing.
he?
Yeah, I wasn't in the wing standing.
You think
Here's a
that?
good example right here.
Do you think the shape of the window might have some?
Ah, there we go.
Yeah, they're flat. You know, they are flat.
I don't think so because then this wing will be distorted. I mean, yeah.
Sorry, Jose, it's fake. It must be because.
So
Brian
here's
doesn't
another
like it.
example, Jose. I posted another example. This is from MC Tune.
But
the moon, it's showing the moon below eye level.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's rough.
So how can that be?
That's rough.
On the horizon.
He was flying over the moon.
Was the plane flying about 3 degrees up angle?
Well, we're not looking straight out in front of the front of the aircraft. This is out the
Looking out
side
to
window.
the side.
No, look, this is the zero. Is in 0 degrees. It's not above or below. It's in 0 degrees.
The aircraft
And then
isn't banked.
Yeah, and then the tilt of the other light, that's the tilting, like wobbling your head,
Was
like
you coming
saying.
into land?
Does that look like it's coming into land?
Then it would. Then
we're.
This wouldn't be on 0. If it would be trying to land, it wouldn't be on 0 here.
He's at 35,091 feet. He's not coming into land.
And it's 0.
Well, they have a glide slope from 50 miles out, 100 miles out. So it depends how well the plane glides.
We're not looking out the front of the aircraft, Brian.
And planes don't generally glide when they're coming into land. It's not like they turn the engines off.
The front's to the left, yeah, of the image, looking at the wing.
What wing?
I don't know.
The wing's here in the right of the image. That's the wing.
Brian, the real question is, how are we looking at how is the moon appearing below eye level?
What picture is he looking at?
Who knows?
That thing is looking at the other picture.
Oh, is he still looking at the other one? I was going to say, there's no wing in this one.
What are we fucking doing? We've moved images.
Well, do try and keep up, Brian. Good grief.
That thing is looking at the YouTube stream and that's
Talking
delayed.
about the same fucking picture.
Just watch what Jose's showing, for fuck's sake.
He's.
I was on the
He's old and bewildered.
Here, bro. Dunk this overlay of some kind of app on a Windows screen.
I've got the same app on my phone. It's quite a handy little app, actually.
I mean, is this a naturally occurring phenomena that we're viewing? Or this app like just popping up on like
Yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah,
we can use tools
because
to
they
measure
do that.
things.
Yeah.
We can use tools to measure things.
Why can we only use things that you think happen in nature? That's a very bizarre thing to say.
Does it happen in first class and coach, or is this just like a window app on the airplane that you get in first class?
A window app on the plane.
It's D25.
He's really going to have to up his troll game. This is awful.
Yeah. It's a free app that you download on your phone, bro.
Dioptra.
Mm-hmm. It's a pretty well-known app.
Yeah.
Well, either that plane's flying with its ass up in the air, so it's got a downward angle of about 2 or 3 degrees.
Why is it 0 then?
How'd you work it out?
Here's another one. I posted another one. A pretty good image.
Hold on, people.
Line through that 0 mark, through the crosshairs, and the back of the plane is higher than the front of the plane. So it's either on its glide slope heading down.
And it wouldn't be 0, Brian. It wouldn't be 0.
Zero.
Or did you calibrate
the phone?
Yes, calibrate.
Yes.
What
happens?
It on?
Yeah, what
you
happens
make an 8. You make an 8 shape in the air until you get like with your GPS. You press it and you say you want to calibrate it better. Just wave
Yes.
it in the air like an 8 shape, and it will whoop and it will calibrate. And you make sure to move it to the left, to the right, and you got the little arrow pointing exactly at you looking at. That's how you calibrate it. Yeah.
with your fingers? So this is a finger calibrated first class window app that like if you
I
shake
mean, you
it,
could download it and you can play around with it yourself.
No,
you know,
no
you can
thanks.
download
No,
the
no
same
thanks.
app. You can download the same app and play with it yourself if you're curious about it.
No thanks. If you know what a mobile phone is, Android or iPhone, and there's a Play Store and App Store, and you download apps, and you got the app on your phone, that's what we're talking about. You don't have to talk about the app on the window, on the plane, and none of that bullshit. This doesn't work. The troll game is just
well,
off.
that's what I'm gonna do. Next time I see those guys on the side of the road, I'm gonna go over, kick over their tools, and be like, "Download the app, freaking loser."
Please do and try to record
No,
that.
theirs
and
are
share it with us.
theirs are a lot
no,
more
no,
accurate.
this live. Let me encourage no thanks. When you see one guy doing surveying, please go and kick their stuff, but have somebody record you. As
I
you
gotta
do
say,
it.
keep it green and download the app, scumbag.
And then kick it, and then just record the whole thing and share it with us. Go ahead, people.
Yeah.
No thanks.
I
No
posted
thanks.
another image. You want to check that one out? It's
And-
showing the same effect.
All right.
Yeah, no thanks. There was just before there was a picture or the video looking actually through the theodolite, and they I mean Brian accused being faked or overlaid. So whatever. If you say theodolite, we showed it. It was said it was faked. So he doesn't believe anything.
What's
there's
cool is that
there's been a lot of deception. Can you blame them? There's tons of deception. There's tons of things that have been shown wrong, and
Flat Earth does that all the time.
Yeah, but you have to show that there's actual deception going on instead of just making
Not just
claims
claiming
about
it. Yeah.
I mean, you can't prove a lie. You can't prove something like
Sure
that.
you can.
You can go out and do it yourself.
Yeah, you can have doubt, and you just can't prove.
So the thing that Jose is showing also is showing the same effect, but that in this one, that's the sun that is below eye level. Oh, go back, Jose.
Sorry, that's Brian looking through the wing of the plane. This guy wanted to look outside the window, and he saw Brian. Sorry.
So yeah, if you zoom in, you can see the sun below eye level.
Yeah, if you zoom in, it'll rise back up. I mean, that's what happens.
Yeah, but now he's zoomed out, and if you zoom in, you can see the sun below eye level.
Right. It's an optical effect.
So just like we were talking about in the hallway, right? That sun would have to be below the black line in the hallway, which would be 5 feet above the ground, or in this case, below the level of the observer.
Yeah, well, we see that surely in a long road with street lights. The end street light is below your eye level.
Well, we're talking about over a flat surface. Like we know that's flat in a hallway, it's roughly flat. If you're looking at a road, you can't tell whether or not that road is perfectly flat. And also, those street lights are not going to drop below your eye level.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Okay,
That's strange, Road.
Let's get some images for fuck's sake.
Yeah, show me one with an auto level, or with a representation of eye level in it, and show me the street lights dropping below it.
Have you guys ever brought any of these arguments to Bev? I mean, he has a.
Yes, many times, many times.
Would that be Bev the lying cunt? Yeah, whatever. Fine.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
that's
guy.
nice. That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, you're playing the. Wonder. I know. They got the. I don't know if it's licensing or he has the surveying certificate.
Oh,
right?
oh, you mean the guy that claims to be a surveyor but denies what's in surveying manuals?
No, he's definitely doesn't surveyor, but
He's not a surveyor. He's never been a surveyor. He has admitted that he's Not done it. Never done it. He isn't a surveyor. Yet he's got some shitty alleged certificate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
well done.
Well, he's never claimed to be a surveyor. Yeah.
No, he used to. He has. Now he denies it because he's a liar. It's what he does. He lies. Yeah. Bev used to claim that he had surveying experience, and oh look, I've got a certificate. Now it's been shown beyond the shadow of a doubt that he hasn't got any experience in surveying. He now publicly says, "Oh no, I'm not a surveyor. I've never done any surveying."
I have a clip of him literally saying he was a surveyor. He trained as a surveyor.
Problem is, we've all got good memories. We remember the shit that he says.
Yeah, I get. I mean, maybe he alludes to when he says I'm trained as, right? But he doesn't say it.
No, there's no alluding. He claimed to be an experienced surveyor, and he had qualifications to back it up.
Well, he has qualifications. Sure, he took a class. I'm just asking.
Great. He took a class.
But the thing is, no tanks. He denies when we show him things in surveying manuals. He denies what's actually shown.
Yeah, of course he does. He's a fucking idiot.
I'm just asking if you've taken any to him because I know that he's looking for a good conversation.
No, he's
we
not.
have exhausted. We have literally exhausted that path so many times.
He's a disingenuous little twat who couldn't hold a decent conversation if he held a gun to his head. That's not what he's looking for. That's why nobody goes and fucking talks to him anymore. Because it's not worth the aggro. Because he can't hold a decent conversation. He's looking for a gotcha moment. He's looking so he can record something and go, oh, say, look, he said level with horizontal. That's all he's after. He's full of shit. Absolutely full of shit.
Who said street lights don't go below the eye level?
And level is not horizontal.
No, exactly. But he claims he's not a flat earther, but he keeps saying that level is horizontal.
Well, I mean, everybody says that, you know.
No, they don't.
No, level is not horizontal.
Horizontal.
They don't say that? Everywhere I go, that's what people say.
Well, you ought to get out of the flat earth echo chamber then.
In surveying terms, level and horizontal are two different things.
Yep.
And if you're a surveyor, you would know that.
Explain what's the difference.
Yeah. I got two brothers in the union. Everybody we all talk to, they all say it's the same thing.
No, it's not. But they're wrong.
Explain how the difference is, please.
Horizontal is a tangent off of a curve, and level follows the curvature.
So one's a tangent.
Here, I'll post a picture for you. That way you can understand.
Oh no, that'll be fake. Your picture will be fake. He won't accept it.
You're gonna you're gonna be like a picture of reality somewhere.
No, it's gonna be a picture.
Like you don't know what reality is.
And I'm sitting out. This is what I'd recommend anytime. I mean, I know you guys are talking about like the shape of the Earth, which is weird, right? But I'd recommend.
Yeah, it's because we know it's not flat. Yeah.
I know it's not flat too, right? But
yeah, but it's a sphere, isn't it?
No, you do think it's flat, so don't try and play dumb.
You believe it's not a sphere, which in other words is it's flat, i.e. not a sphere. Don't play the whole it's got elevation, it's got mountain shit. I mean, that's just so fucking retarded, it's unbelievable. You don't think it's a sphere, therefore you're a flat earther.
Yeah, but it's not retarded because a lot of like your guys' proofs, right, of it not being flat is because it's not flat.
No, we have evidences. We don't have proofs. We have evidence.
You just told me not to play the game, and there you go. But
I'm not playing a game at all. We don't have proofs. We have evidence.
All right. So a lot of the lack of proof that you have is because of the misconception of flat. You know, and then applying that to for instance, the ocean, which is obviously not flat.
But that's the claim, though.
I mean, we've got photos of it from space, so that the argument's rather moot, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm just saying a lot of your evidences are on that strange not understanding that it's not flat.
The fucking irony of you saying, "Oh, we're not understanding."
Well, like for instance,
fucking charts.
When somebody says, I mean, just for instance, in reality, like when somebody says, like I've said this a few times, I feel like, right? But they say, look, here's a 2D representation in a computer program. There's no sharp horizon. there wouldn't be a horizon on a flat Earth. We have a horizon, therefore the Earth's not flat, right? Is that a good evidence? That's good evidence, right?
Well, the problem is that we don't have an example of a flat Earth to see what the horizon looks like because it's not flat.
Do you see what? Do you hear what I'm saying though? So you take a 2D representation with grid lines in a computer program and say, look, there's no horizon.
Why is it got to be 2D? Why have we got to have grid lines? And why has it got to be in a computer program? What about just going out and using your fucking eyes?
I agree, right? But I'm just trying to get it together for you on this one point, right?
No, you don't need to get anything together for me. You're a flat earther and you're wrong.
Relax.
No, I am relaxed. Don't worry.
Right. So, like all I'm saying is, you'll constantly just not realize that there is a sharp horizon because it's not flat, right? Because we have
exactly. We agree.
Yeah, because of curvature. It's curvature that gives us the horizon because we're looking at a tangent across a curved surface.
Now, when you say horizon, a sharp, like the sharp line, right? Not just like a fade out, right?
Right. So go ahead, Jose. So in surveying, like a picture I just showed, you can see the horizontal line, and you can see the level line. This is for Brian. Oh, did you post this picture? Oh, that's a good one. Where's Jose? Let's see.
I don't know.
Oh, there we go. So I mean, I'm looking at what he's posting. That's clearly not seeing all of that building there. It's a pretty good example. It's a lot of floors missing from that building.
Certainly are.
Now you have to admit, no tanks. This would happen over a curved surface. I mean, this could be demonstrated by if you use any curved surface. If you put something on the other side, things would be obstructed by the curved surface.
Yeah, I mean that's how the falsification came into play, right? Is that this does happen a lot of the times, right? That it's like, okay, things disappear from the bottom up over a physical obstruction, right? You can't, and this is the issue. You can't zoom in past a physical obstruction, but we can.
No, you can't.
Therefore, it's not a. Well, we
no,
can.
You can't.
Right,
no,
you're
you
right.
Can't.
We can't. You're right. We can't zoom in past a physical obstruction. Yet, in many situations where physical geometric Earth curve is supposed to block objects from the bottom up, we can zoom in and see this not being.
Show us an example, please.
So he's talking about refraction due to the atmosphere because we have an atmosphere.
Oh, carnivore. That's a good one.
So are we seeing the actual in this picture now that's on screen? Is this the actual physical horizon without refraction?
Well, we know the water is physical, right?
Water's water's physical.
Water's physical. Now there might be a little bit of refraction there, but there's not much because you can see all the way down to that last window just above the water. So there's not much atmospheric refraction going on. There is some, but not much. There's no mirage. There's no Fata Morgana. There's none of that stuff.
That's the sun, but yeah. So this is what, halfway up the building or something. So there's no refraction from halfway up the building, and
I didn't say no refraction. I said there's minimal refraction because you don't see a mirage or anything like that. You don't see mirroring or any of that. So that means that the conditions are pretty decent over this span of water. And also, I guarantee there's land in front of that building that is closer to the viewer, a lot closer, that should be visible to the viewer, but it's not.
I'm looking at that picture. I just feel like I can see a wave. You guys can't see like how it looks like it's a wave.
So if we stood there for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, do you think the wave would go away?
I don't know, but like you don't see how like that. It looks like green right there, but then dark blue at the top of the wave, like it's green.
I tell you what this is.
Yeah,
This
the
from the arrow till here. This is an inland. This is a road that goes across. So we got a body of water. So we got a body of water that reaches from here to the right hand side. That will be the open ocean, a gulf, and it continue to the ocean. And this is the shore. The shore is hitting where there's a little hump of the road, and then this is a road that goes across, and then that will continue. The land will continue, and then we got all kinds of houses and buildings and shit. And this is the tallest condominium of all, many miles away. This
right.
is
So
only we see.
perfect. So that would mean if you're calling it a wave, no tanks, the wave should be covering that road right there, right?
I don't know if it's a wave. It just looks like one. It looks like one. It just actually looks like a wave. Like there's a curl in it.
Yeah, but let's say
It's
definitely
not
not a
it's
wave.
not a wave.
It's a little hump of land over here.
Mm-hmm.
So what we don't have is the water, the land, and then a hole so deep, a hole this deep, over 100-foot hole that is hiding all of this. Everything, it's not. This is over land. This is this building is in top of the land. That is.
Yeah, this is a good globe evidence. Yeah, it's good evidence for the globe. Sure, under those like that concept, that thing. I mean, I don't really see the building tilting away or anything, but I get what you're saying. You're saying it would be.
Yeah, exactly. It will be less than a third of the degree. I mean, if I put a broom and mop against the wall and I tilt it 2 or 3 degrees and I still looking at it, I tilt it my way, like the bottom, I separate it a little further. I'm not even going to see those 2 or 3 degrees. And this is only at least 1/3 of a degree of the curvature. So you're not going to see it. Yeah. The tilting.
Yeah, I don't know why. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I don't know why anybody always makes that claim about, oh, well, we don't see the buildings tilting. Like, how much tilt do you expect to see? Honestly.
No, I don't know about it. I don't expect to see buildings tilting at all, but.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nailed it. No thanks. I mean, nailed it, Mandevil. Yeah. Because you're watching the chat. No thanks, right? I know.
Am I watching the what? Watching
the chat box, the YouTube chat. No.
Oh no, I'm not.
They predicted that you were gonna. They predicted that you were gonna say the tilting building. They had a prediction.
I like what Carnivore did to my picture.
Yeah, I mean, if it were, so for your globe evidence, wouldn't you want to maybe check out? Maybe the bottom windows should be bigger, right? Because they're closer to you on this little tilt, right?
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
but maybe you could show it and have a better, improve on your evidence. Like kind of, maybe put a little box around those windows and be like, look, they are bigger. They do appear bigger than the top.
No, they're not. Yeah, they're not bigger.
I think just seeing half of the building is enough. Because we literally should see the entire building. I mean, if it's flat surface and no curvature, we should literally see a lot of the building.
I'm gonna share. Yeah, I'll share Google Earth Pro because I'll show you the location of that. What we are like missing and seeing over there. This is the area where I took my observations over here. I know it's one of these. So this, let me see. This is the condominium, I think. I think this is. Check it out. Check it out. Look at that. See? A line of sight. So, this observation from there, look over how much I'm looking through. All of this, I'm looking through all of this, through all of this.
Yeah.
And I'm looking from here.
Point to you're looking from there. So where did the Earth block you? Point to that spot.
So I'm looking from here, through here, and this is the little road that I told you. what we're seeing in the image is like a little piece of, like, this is the shore, you see the shore, and then we got like a little road through it.
So like this is 3 mile, like the 3 mile thing. Not that you're only 6 feet off the ground, but that's the hump right here.
This no. I mean, this is where the effect of the curvature starts to be visible. I guess after pass this road, I guess.
So in that, so that's where that water that we're looking at in the picture, we're saying that's right where you zoomed in.
This is the view from this line right here, looking to the building.
Yeah, where's the geometric Earth curve horizon? The physical.
Right now here, in this point. You want to see it?
No, in your
location. Well,
no.
Right now
according,
here.
According to the picture that you had up on screen earlier, I'm saying here, point to the hump of water. Where is it?
There's no hump of water. There's no hump.
The obstruction. Point to the obstruction.
Oh,
not in the picture, but on
the obstruction. Well, from here you don't see anything else past here. You don't see any of this land. Where is the obstruction? Here is the obstruction. All of this is obstructed. All of this, including the bottom half of the building, is obstructed. That's the obstruction.
All right. Interesting.
There you go. Yep. Yeah, this is a big ass condominium. It's like 30 stories. The tallest one in all this whole area, bro. Not easy, man. Not easy. All right, I'll switch off this screen. Let me switch. Change the window to there you go. All right. All right, who else got anything else?
Yeah, we'll have to go.
Let's do final thoughts and get out of here while it's still time, while we still got a little energy left. Final thoughts, Lugo.
Yeah, I was really happy to see you online live streaming. So I joined as fast as I could. And of course, thanks to Flat Earthers for the derp. It's always funny to listen to it. And yeah, have a good day, everybody.
Thank you very much, brother. Appreciate it. Appreciate having you here. Big before we continue, big thank you to the support on PayPal, man. You guys are awesome. Turing Test, you're a superstar, brother. Oh, helping me out accomplish what I saw impossible. Big shout out to Mr. Malor for the support today, and one more time to Mr. Victory Radio. He also supported me a few days ago. Thank you so much. I will start getting paid this Friday. It will be my first paycheck. It will be small, but it will be the first. So it's exciting. And then every Friday I get paid. It's not much, but it will help me to cover the expenses that I've been counting on you guys for so long. But that did always stay in my heart. You guys are awesome, everybody. All right, Earth is live. Let's get some final thoughts, man.
Hey, good show, Jose. I appreciate you having this platform for us to come here and talk about things we're passionate about. I think in the end, no matter what you show someone, no matter how much evidence you show of an effect, no matter how many times you show someone of something obstructed by water, no matter how many times you show something that is clear and no other way to explain it, people are going to want to believe what they want to believe. So, I mean, sometimes I feel like it's like a futile attempt to show certain things to people. But we enjoy the topic, and we continue to come back and talk about things we like. So, like I said, thank you for having this platform for us.
Thank you very much for this live. I appreciate you being here too, man. Thank you, thank you. Always good feedback and good back and forth when you come in. You get people triggered with just opening your mouth and being polite. Fucking A. All right. Who else is here? Brian Mabbott. I want to hear your final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Hopefully, not for our generation, I don't think they'll admit to it, but hopefully for our grandchildren's generation, they will have to admit to this. We're all sowing a seed here, and you don't realize it. You anti-flat earthers are actually doing a marvelous job by giving us these outlets for it. And, you know, there's no such thing as bad advertising. Doesn't matter what people say, what names they call it, does not matter. You are an outlet for this truth, and it will come out eventually. I'd like to see it in my lifetime, but I don't think it will. But hopefully for my grandchildren, they will be told the truth. And I can only hope that. Your model is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. From pressure without a container to a vacuum next to a pressurized system to sea being curved. You know, you're looking at 8 inches drop in a mile, yet the slowest flowing river on earth only has 2 inches drop in a mile. It's ridiculous. Their model, I think it's shot itself in the foot now, and the truth will come out. It's got to. For humanity's sake.
They say you are ridiculous, Brian.
Thank you for this platform to point to people. You know, we're just looking at images here where the horizon appears to be at one point, but then there's a boat, what looks to be 100 feet in the air, where that tells us that is not the horizon we're looking at. Although it appears to be, it cannot be, because boats do not float 100 feet in the air. So, you know, what we look at the horizon, say, oh yes, that's dropped. Is that the horizon we are actually looking at? And even your own people in here are pointing out the horizon is in a totally different place. And this is what we're fighting with, is the effects of our atmosphere changing what we're looking at. And that curvature drop is all it is. It's an optical effect. You know, our previous people accepted that it was a curvature. It's not. It's just an optical effect. We'll get there one day. If we all work together, our children will have a better place to live in. Thank you, and good evening to everybody.
Thank you very much, Brian. I appreciate it. There were violin sounds in people's minds as you spoke, as we should have heard violins. No thanks. Final thoughts.
You're gonna ask me to top that final those final thoughts. It's like those are like Brian's last final thoughts, like he was dying or something, you know. But no, I appreciate it. Yeah, man. You know, optical effects. That's really all you're measuring is optical effects. I appreciate it.
Good looking out, brother. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoy my paint job in my door. Still looking fantastic. We got the red, white, and blue. The colors of Puerto Rico and USNA. Shout out to Captain Puerto Rico over here. Got Capitan Puerto Rico also in my arm. See? With the frog in the middle. This is a Puerto Rican flag with the frog in the middle. Let me show. How about that? I am born in the island, and I am proud of it. Shout out to the frogs! Squiggy Earth! Oh shit, I took the microphone away. Take us away, Squiggy Earth. They went mobbit, 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 mobbit. Thank you very much, everybody! Jose JG out! Boom! Thank you. I'll be here tomorrow. We'll do it all over again, man. Boom!